We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig. You decide when you lose, not other people. And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. If you like common sense, hit that thumbs up button and, of course, the subscribe button. And join us Monday through Friday live at 11 a.m. Central Time. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollersPodcast.com. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday to you. Hi. Stuttering Craig. My, oh my. We have an interesting show today. If the pre-show is anything, it means it's going to be popping off, and you guys are either going to love it or you're going to hate it, and I love everything about that. You know, these shows are like a nice little potion. You just kind of put in the ingredients, and sometimes magic happens, and I got a feeling today we got some magic on our hands. Let's lay the baseline down. Hello, Blabs. Good to see you.
Hello. I just want everyone to know right before I went live, Craig admitted he was gay. Happy Friday.
I said late and gay.
No, you're just gay now. And then Sabi was like, I'm a little gay. And then he just cut her off.
Well, let's meet the little gayness. Here we are. Great to see you.
Hello. You guys remember in The Sims 1 how there was a mystery potion? Either good or bad things could happen to the sim based off of what their mood was, I guess.
I've never played
That's
Sims,
going to
so.
be today. Well, then, You know what? You're just ill-informed.
I am. I'm sorry.
It's
Well, I'll tell
okay.
you this. You know, judging by my tweets the last few days and the quote tweets of my tweets, I do love dick. Apparently, that's the common consensus online.
Welcome
to the club.
What's that?
Welcome to the club. You know what? Sexual dimorphism is for losers. When you just open yourself up to everything, suddenly you're never bored.
The amazing thing about the most amazing thing about online with all, you know, what happens is when you post something and then somebody says, well, he's definitely gay, and they use it as a derogatory insult, but these are people with flags in their bios that are like, hey, gay pride. So like, are you using it as an insult, or are you like what is it? Are you upset about it, or like are you?
That just happened to me in the DM. Somebody called me a stupid right-wing hooer. And I said, oh, and I noticed that they were of the inclusive variety. And I said, oh, thanks. Did you know that sex work is real work? And he's like, well, that's not what I meant. Of course, sex work is real work. It's just you sell yourself out to people who hate you. And I'm like, oh, but that's not the definition of hooer. But thanks for playing. So
hey,
whatever.
Hey, let's bring in another right ring whore. Hello, Alex.
Let's talk about the trick that God pulled on all men, shall we? Did you know, okay, that God put the male cum button inside your butt?
It's true. Oh my God, I'm so happy we're gonna have this discussion. This is why science.
That's what it is. The cruelest trick ever played that God pulled on men. Your prostate.
Yeah, you know what? There's always this joke. You got to find the clitoris. No, you got to find the happy spot for men. That's an adventure.
Craig, did you know that if you also put your finger in your belly button, you can feel it?
Wait, is that real?
What?
No, Alex, I didn't know that. Thanks for
It's
sharing.
connected. It's connected.
Oh.
Your belly button and your prostate are basically connected. You can feel it.
Are they really? I'm going to go look this up.
That's what
didn't know
Alex
that.
does with his green screen bodysuit now. I get it.
Now you get it. Now you get it. Let me tell you.
Over on Rumble, Red goes, this is gay. I'm out.
Craig already said he was gay, guys. Look, it doesn't matter. Like, just because June is over, it doesn't mean he doesn't keep going.
Flamboyant Friday.
Yeah. Well, listen, when we had Alex on and we had Savvy on back to back, and the light went off, and it was like, we need to have them on together. I don't know if it was Blabs or somebody in the chat. Somebody was like, listen, we got to get these two together because we knew it would be incredibly inappropriate. So that is pretty much what's going to happen today. And you know what? That's okay.
We
Just
didn't make it 5 minutes. Fuck. I said we were going to go 5 minutes with
Nope.
it.
I told
It was
you,
like 30
Sammy. I
seconds.
told you.
We got right into it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. That was educational. I enjoyed that.
All right. Well,
You
I'm
got
glad
green
everybody's
tea,
here.
Sammy?
Why is it green?
Yeah, I
Okay.
Very
stuck
green.
lavender in my tea and made tea in my
Okay.
boiling.
Because I was going to be like,
water.
green tea isn't actually green.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Right. So I can't have caffeine. I'm allergic to it.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm like strictly herbal. And then because of that, I decided to grow all my own herbs. No, not marijuana, but I do have a marijuana seed and I will be growing weed at some point now that it's legal
Hell
here to
yeah.
do that. Goddamn. But no, so I grow my own lavender and mints and stuff. And I'm always
Do you ever
making-
put like clean the lavender off like the leaves?
I
And just put little
usually do.
bags for clothing and stuff. I do
Yeah,
that.
well, I thought for the tea too. Yeah, normally I don't just stick the whole plant in, but I didn't want to be late and I couldn't find my tea strainer because I'm a loser who doesn't do dishes. So
Wait, how do your dishes get clean?
after the Lord himself comes down and says, "You have science experiments growing in the sink. Please take care of that." And I was
Are
like,
you doing a
Ew.
female version of Asmongold, Savvy? Is that what's going on?
Ew.
I have been compared to him before, but it's never gotten to the point of roaches.
Savvy. I'm coming over there and cleaning. No,
Oh, please
no. Savvy,
He said, "Please
get
do."
together.
Sam over here trying to get out the checkbook, saying how much you need to get over here to clean my house.
I'll pay for the flight and everything.
Nice.
Mhm.
I'll clean Savvy's
well,
place, make it look spotless.
It is obvious that this show will be demonetized. We knew that from the start, and we made it about 2 minutes into the show before the yellow dollar sign was going to happen. So that's fine. So with that said, I'd like to remind you guys, we are live over at Rumble as well, at rumble.com/side scrollers, where we will not be demonetized, where you can talk about these things, whether you want to hear it or not. Over at rumble.com/side scrollers. You can also listen to the show and watch it over on X at x.com/side scroller pod. We also have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do, so follow us for memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, Alex is going to show you his foot.
Oh,
I'll do it anyways.
No, he's like, oh, it's hey, if we have
So,
5 people,
somebody drop a 50 bomb in the chat and we'll show some feet.
let's go.
Hell yeah.
So
Oh,
the
Alex hasn't been here since the new 50.
yeah,
What's
yeah,
the new
we got,
50 now?
Oh,
well, I guess you have to wait and see. You have to wait and
Listen,
see.
we look, somebody drop a 50, Craig takes off his shirt. Let's
No,
go.
that's not how this works.
Let's
my-
go.
My
Let's
value is
go.
worth way more than that. And
Let's
I'm
go.
he's like 52.
from
52.
here, this collar from here, it's like you're looking at a sheet of white paper. It's like
You're just so pale, dude. I get made fun of all the time because so like right here, look at that. Look at the direct line.
Wow. It's like
As
the
you can
printer ran out
see.
of ink.
It is just ran out of ink on the way up. It just gone. It's just totally wasted. And then I try to like, oh, let me go outside and do some yard work without a shirt on. And then what happens is I just get red.
yep.
Think of that. A Cuban guy who can't tan. Figure that out. I don't understand this logic in life, you know? Oh, you're Hispanic? You should be tan. No, doesn't work that way, apparently.
Well, we also have the show, the audio version of the show over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And you can also find us over at sidescrollspodcast.com, which is redirects to our locals page, which is, we're going to be doing some stuff on there next week. Blabs will not be watching UHF next week because she has some things to take care of, but we will be doing something next week on the locals page. So head on over there. It's free to sign up. If you want to support, you absolutely can. If you don't, that's cool too. If you are watching for the first time over here on YouTube, join the 87,498. I'm reading that in real time. Normal men who just like common sense and definitely not decency in the video game space. We will not be decent today. And let's do our best to get to 1,000 likes and 25 memberships. No decency at all. I would like to invite everybody. I announced this earlier this week, and it's gone very well. We're approaching 325 members over at the Real Game Awards. I encourage everyone to hop on over there and check it out. The response has been very divisive. You know, everybody who doesn't like it apparently is a member of the Access Media. So
You had some criticism, I heard. What's going on with that? Tell me.
Well, the amazing thing, Alex, is that when you provide an alternative to something that is corporate and bullshit, people who are corporate and bullshit don't like it. So that's pretty much it. Yeah. So we have this thing called the Real Game Awards. So you can head over there and sign up. And it's it just like the Oscars, just like the Emmys, just like everything else. It is voted on by the members of it. So that's the idea. And it's $30 a year to be a member. And whereas like in those, it's $150, $300, $450 to be an annual member. This is $30 a year. And it's like a gamer's choice award. That's pretty much it. Right. So that's more or less it. The idea of like,
is the payment just to avoid botting?
Partially that. It's also to fund the actual award, because as at the actual award show, the idea being that when you have an award show that has sponsorship and stuff, it is a marketing event. This is not a marketing event. This is a show that is literally built around for gamers by gamers. I think that, and I talked about this briefly yesterday, but right now we're sitting at about 325 members, which is like way better than I thought we'd be right now. I think realistically, if we were to get to 1,000 members by mid-September or so, we could actually have a physical award show this year. And I think I can do that with about $27,000 after like payment fees and stuff. And I can put together a pretty fucking great event for $27,000.
Yeah, you're looking at like $30K for like that's quite a bit of money. And so like, I think like just little tidbit, whenever money's involved with anything, transparency is key.
Agreed.
The last thing you need is Carl Jobst and Mudahar showing up being like, did you pay your taxes, motherfucker? Like,
well, and it's funny you mentioned that, because I am big on transparency, huge on transparency. So much so that we have this board for the Real Game Awards, and my goal with this is to turn it into a nonprofit, right? To where everything is fully transparent, right? I'm not looking to make a dime off this. This is strictly a love letter back to the people who have given me a career for the last 18 years, right? And everything I do has been built around gamers and the consumer of the games, not necessarily the industry itself. But I 100% agree. But you say $27,000 is a lot of money. It is, but not to produce an event, right? When you produce an event, having done this many, many times, produced many events, it cost tens of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars to produce an event. The event of like this, I think I can realistically do it for probably $25,000 for this first year. But it comes down to obviously venue rental and AV equipment and everything that goes along with it. That people
you're actually
don't
making a physical location.
Yes, that's the idea. Yeah. Okay. If I think that if when it comes to like, look, do we need $25,000 to produce a digital event? No, absolutely not.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like, that's a lot of money for a digital event. Yeah.
No. This would be a physical event at a physical venue where you go and you sit down with physical awards. Exactly. So that's the idea here. So
I think if you're going to do anything with an NPO, you should probably reach out to Carl Jobst anyways.
Well, that's an interesting,
because he basically caught the completionist doing all that fun stuff as an NPO. So you just the last thing you need is CoffeeZilla doing an expose on the side scrollers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Well, I think the difference is that I have nothing to hide, right? And like I said, I'm big on transparency, but I do think it's funny that like now people are like, well, let's go to Carl to make sure he knows that we're gonna do this. Carl, how do you suggest we do this, Australian man?
Yeah, I just kind of Australian man. But look, listen, if he can catch somebody faking a blind playthrough of Elden Ring, I'm
right. I hear you. I hear that.
He's got the eye for it, Australian or not, right?
Right. No, I agree with you though, and I've said that from the start. Transparency is incredibly important to me, and making sure that everything is laid out literally about as transparent as we possibly can. Right now it's just about seeing if there's an appetite for this, and it's obvious that there is. So that's really, really cool. So I'll go off my track record of.
That's it. You should ask Boogie Tornado what to do.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Let me take. Can I quick side note about Boogie? Like I think last like. What's that, Alex?
That is so good.
Max is already done.
Cancer.
He faked cancer. Well, so I think it was last week, he reached out and was like, "Hey, do you want to come on the Locale podcast?"
And he reached
I was
out
like,
to you?
Yeah. Because they wanted to rag on DSP. They wanted to like talk about our interview with DSP like a year ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, that was a year ago, man. Like, I don't really care to talk about that. We moved past that. You know, he's like, no, it'll be fun. You can come on. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. And boy, am I glad I didn't go on.
I mean, like, it would have been fantastic if like that news broke while you were on there.
Oh yeah.
That would have been the best. That would have been the best. Just the fact that Medicare was there. I love Medicare, by the way. He's just phenomenal. The fact that Jim was there and he was just like, for $75K, I'll do cartwheels through fire. Let's go. Like, what are we doing here, bro?
Right. Yeah.
That whole thing. That could be like a whole other conversation for an hour, dude. That entire scenario.
It really could. That was the wildest shit I've ever seen on YouTube. Not the wildest thing I've ever seen. Twitch has been pretty insane too.
Twitch has been really nuts, but like that stream has like over 100K views in like just a few days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think at one point the initial stream over on the Locale podcast channel, I thought I saw it had like 28,000 people watching because you know, and they're not going to come back. But what they, you know, there's 28,000 people there hoping to see a train wreck, which they saw. You know, just chaos. So either way, man.
You know what? They should come back. They should next Tuesday just show up like nothing happened. Just show up like nothing, like Boogie's there, Wings is there, and just talk like nothing fucking happened. And just everybody's losing their mind.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know who the biggest loser in this whole thing is? It's Darkside Phil.
Oh, how is DSP the biggest loser of all of this?
Let me tell you, because a year ago, when we had this interview with DSP, the last interview he did, Keemstar was on our show and he offered DSP a spot on the podcast, that same podcast, and he turned it down. He offered him $50,000 to be on the show, and DSP turned it down.
No shot.
No shot what?
50K?
Yeah, Blabs, that's right. It's 50K, right? Didn't he offer him 50K?
It was something pretty big, yeah.
So he offered him a substantial
for 2 streams a week.
Yeah, I mean, and he turned it down because he felt that.
I'll bend over and touch my toes for 50K. What the fuck?
I'm just saying. Hey, listen, DSP is a man of integrity.
Savvy knows what I'm talking about. Savvy knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
I have a feeling I know what you're talking about too, and I just kind of glossed over it. So that's all right.
Question.
Blabs. Oh, Blabs. You ever heard about inflation, Blabs? No.
What?
Nothing.
All right, sounds good. Well, allow me to kind of get through the intro here. We already did. Okay, good. We are all the way through the intro, which is great. Anyways,
I thought we were just chatting.
Yeah, we're just hanging out. That's the way this rolls. Blabs, as we move on, look, we got a lot to talk about today. The Hawk Tuah girl has some merchandise coming out, which will probably tie into today's show in some way, shape, or form. We've got we got so much going on. A potential move for San Diego Comic-Con. We have one of the biggest data breaches in history that happened. That was announced today. Again, right, with AT&T. And yay, we're going to talk about Concord and their early access trailer. We got we got a new segment called Plain Talk, which we're going to debut in a little bit. And of course, it's Friday, which means we're going to Clown World. So with that said, glad you guys have joined us. Blabs, fill us in on today in video game history.
Yeah, I kind of hijacked it just a little bit today. I had to. So we have Pokemon Box, Ruby and Sapphire is 20 years old. We have Deadly Hallows Part 2, which is literally Call of Duty with wands.
Look at her.
I've been watching Savvy just stretch for Pokemon. Part 2 is 13 years old, releasing back in 2011. And did you guys know there was a Pacific Rim, the video game, also released back in 2013? Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. I was like, holy shit, there was a video game for this? But yeah, there you go. The end.
Well, that's good. Thanks for that, Blabs. Appreciate that.
You know what it is?
No boobs for today. I'm sorry.
I was 16 when Pokemon Red and Blue came out.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I keep getting older, but all my favorite characters are the same age.
And was this 2004? I was 8.
You know,
that's insane. That's
Poor Alex.
So we had Nick Calandra on the other day, who is a member of
how did that go?
Did you not? Well, he came on because he was really critical of everything, right? And to his credit, he came over. And one of the things we he spent like 80 minutes with us, and Melanie Mack was on with us, and we talked about we talked specifically about like these franchises that have shifted over the last like 20 years, that like these games that and these IPs that we love that now are like almost unrecognizable, right? And kind of some of the activism that's been thrown into these games to shift the characters, shift the story, shift like literally the entire focus. In the case like Tomb Raider, that game is like totally shifted, and the story behind it. And it was really interesting to kind of, I hear you guys talking about Pokemon and how you're like, oh man, but like, as you get older, your affection for these games stays the same, right? And I think that's one thing that when he was talking about Halo, he's like, well, they've just ruined Halo. And it's like, well, yeah, how does that make you feel? It makes you feel like shit because it's something that you loved that you no longer have that affection for, or that you want to have that affection for, but you no longer can. Do you guys feel that Nintendo's done that at all with Pokemon over the years, or do you think they've stayed pretty true to their core?
With Pokemon,
Pokemon is its own fucking thing. All right. They have their own goddamn problems and they are in their own way. Like, it is so completely removed from the rest of the conversation when it comes to like what's ruining Pokemon, because it's not necessarily ruined. They're just shifting focus while fucking up stuff, while trying to figure out stuff that everybody else figured out 15 to 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the nostalgia bait, though, like Pokemon fans are just hungry for Pokemon content. We are so abused and we have such low standards.
So
like, it doesn't
I feel
matter.
like you're part of that. Like, you're part of that. Like,
oh, I am part of the problem. Like, I will actively, like, I will sit there and I'll say, oh my God, look what they did. They couldn't even render things properly. Oh, wait, there's an expansion pass for $60 fucking dollars. Here's all my fucking money.
So did you get into Power World?
Huh? Did I what?
Did you get into Power World?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was. I actually had a tweet too. People got really mad at me because I took a screenshot of me playing Pokemon while playing Power World, and I'm like, I choose both.
And they got angry at you.
Yeah, people got mad at me. They're like, you can't do that. You can't have fun. You can't enjoy that. You're clearly not a real Pokemon fan.
Anybody below 18 should be fucking banned off social media. Hot take.
Yes.
Hot take. I don't want to hear geopolitical politics from a 16-year-old who can't wipe their own fucking ass. Okay?
25 should be the age.
Like,
on social media?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just fucking ban them, because it's just, if you like, do you remember Tumblr? Remember?
Yeah.
Tumblr?
I never used it.
I'm aging myself right now, right? Everything on fucking Tumblr was always the fucking worst. It was always some fucking smarmy 15-year-old talking about like, my life is a black abyss, and you live in a $400,000 home that's a 3.5 or like a 5.3 with a fucking builder's acre backyard. Shut the fuck up. Like, don't fucking talk. All right. Like,
you are
get
my
out
new
of here,
favorite
right?
person, because so I have outed myself as being maximum cringe, so that way I can educate all these normal men on the horrors that is Tumblr and what it's done to Star Wars and how it's not a girl brand,
It's
but
so
it's a Tumblr
bad.
brand. Yeah, like I talk about all that because I was there. I was on Tumblr pre-porn ban and after. I got death threats for drawing the wrong thing.
It was insane. Like, you couldn't go 5 feet without somebody being like, oh, the aesthetic. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like you think everything's important in your life. You never had a real problem at all. Like, get out of town.
I knew getting you together would be a great thing. I knew this was going to be a positive.
Look, this is now the Alex and Savvy show, so you guys can get out. We're good.
Yeah, we'll just chill.
Well, see you.
There it is.
Tumblr.
There it is. Boom.
Taking over side scrollers. Welcome to the
That's
Friday
what it
show.
is. No, but like that entire, like, literally everything happening now in media is exactly just everybody from Tumblr who grew up and now works in media.
Yeah, because they got the
That's all
pronouns
that I
and
can see
they
it.
play for the right team. So they got the Nepo jobs. They got the bullshit degrees that nobody gives a fuck about if they even have that. And then they got all their little pill popping problems and self-diagnoses.
I think the more crazy part about like all of this isn't just like, how come you don't ever see a discerning opinion in, let's say, gaming media or gaming discourse from like the actual standard, right? Why is it that everybody in gaming media is always in one direction in every single like opinion? No one has a discerning opinion everywhere. And it's kind of strange how they complain that YouTube is taking over the actual space. And it's not because they're grifters or what have you. It's because people are tired of seeing that same exact opinion from every single outlet all the freaking time. And nobody has a discerning thought. Like, you're telling me every single person liked The Last of Us? I fucking hate The Last of Us. I think it's one of the worst video games ever fucking made. But like, nobody had a discerning, like, nobody was like, this is garbage, bro. The game aims for you. What the fuck am I playing this for?
And the reason for that is because of who owns those outlets, and then they hire specific people. So people love YouTube because you can find an opinion on anything. If you want to find somebody who hates The Last of Us, you go on YouTube. If you want to find somebody who also loves it, you can just go to YouTube because you're already there. So you can.
And the thing is, like, you don't even have to agree with them. Just having a separate opinion, I think, is incredibly important because nobody else has that anymore. And they wonder why everybody's like leaving their traditional media, because now they're just like, I can just find somebody whose opinion that I want to hear instead of just being force fed this. It's like
Forbes
back in the day.
Forbes got a little brave. There was on the last episode, there was one writer who came out and said, you know what? The last episode was hot garbage. And oh no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Star Wars. It was The Boys. It was The Boys. Somebody said that the last episode where Huey, I think is his name, he just gets, beat down while he's already beat down. And so the person's like, the show has just gotten so bad now. And then the comments, and this person usually praised The Boys, and the comments were, oh my God, he didn't even get penetrated. Why are you turning into a right-wing grifter?
What?
Like, what? Just let them.
Okay, hot take. You ready? The Boys has always been shit.
Yes.
The Boys has always been a shit episode. Yeah. I got 15 minutes into the first episode to see fucking meth head Aquaman's ass while he's jacking off in front of that fucking Stargirl.
Shock. Like,
and I was like, oh, you're just trying to sound like you're trying to be the edgy boys. I got you. Click. I'm done. Like, I didn't even go 5 fucking minutes. Yeah. The show's and you know what? Hot take part 2. The comic book is also shit.
I never read the comic book, so I have no opinion on that.
Don't waste your time. Don't waste your fucking time. It's all shock value with no actual fucking substance.
I can't stand that shit.
Garth Ennis is a bad writer in comics. Boom! So Craig, hit the fucking, you got a soundboard, hit a soundboard, do something. Mic drop, something.
You're muted. So you ruined this. You ruined
the
This is why it's our show now. You can't even soundboard.
That was the wrong button, Craig. That one's the one that doesn't work.
That was the idea.
There it is. Hey, look at that. Explain to me this too, right? How is it that I can see full man ass, full man dick, all these fucking people, and I can't see a breast shooting milk?
Yes.
Show me the titty shooting milk.
True equality is having both. That is the world that I wanted. I thought that creative freedom for all meant literally creative freedom for all. So you can have the gay shit in an episode, and you can have the straight shit. You can have the titty, and you can have
just
the balls.
Fucking go all the way. Show me that woman with her titty out, putting milk into Homelander's coffee like this. Wham! And then she's like, here, drink it.
That would be, that would be good. That would be fucking humor and comedy. I would watch that. I'd tune in for that. But no, we can't have that. We can't have nice things. We just have to get a dude ripping a dick apart or some shit. I don't even know.
What do you mean? I don't see. So wait, somebody gets the dick ripped apart?
I don't. So a dude can shrink, and then he goes into his boyfriend or previous boyfriend's pee-pee, and then he sneezes, and then he goes big, and then it's supposed to like he kills.
It's like sounding.
Yeah, it's like sounding, but oh my God, you know what sounding is. We don't have to have an educational hour. This is great. Yeah, so it's human sounding based off of the parasite fucking fetish. And but instead of fucking, just being small and doing whatever the hell he's doing, he sneezes and then he expands and then he kills the guy because he expanded and his dick blows up, and it's just really weird. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I remember reading something like that on AO3 when I was like fucking 15, written by another 15-year-old. Why are we doing this as adults?
Blabs, you know what sounding is?
She does now. No, you knew. Kirsha and I educated you.
Do you want to know what sounding is? Do you want to learn what sounding is? Chat?
I'm just constantly playing dial-up sound. I'm so lost.
Sounding is when you take a metal rod. No.
What?
I was gonna say at that point, Alex got muted.
All right, the metal rod gets lubed up, and then it goes into your dick hole. And
Wow, that's all I got.
I muted
But
him
it's
halfway
also
through
loosely
that.
related to the parasite fetish, where you take a bug and bring it to the
Just very animated.
Yeah.
I had to
Anyway.
mute everybody. This is what we got to do here today. We got to mute folks.
So apparently, chat wants Kirsch on the stream too.
That would.
Oh my God!
The
Get
internet would
on the
just
screen.
implode.
Oh, yes, it would. It's great. Well, look, maybe we can keep going this way, or we can actually get to some news.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys.
I'm
Okay,
sure we
all
can.
right, all right,
We
well-
can loop it all back together.
It'll work.
Oh no, not again. Oh no. Unsubbed again. This is the second time this week
Poor Sean.
that Nagarnal is unsubbed.
So wait, so he unsubbed when I was on, resubbed when I left, then unsubbed again.
No,
when
no,
it's me
no.
and
No, it was for another thing this week. I don't remember.
okay.
Sean
Yeah.
likes to unsub and come back. It's fine.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get through some of these super chats before we get to the news real quick. Joe says, "Don't forget to talk. Don't forget about the Double Dragon Revive trailer as well. It looks cool. Like to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah, I got that pulled up. Thanks for that, Joe. We'll look at that in just a little bit." Mr. Grant Gregory says, "Howdy, y'all. How is your wolf? Miss y'all. How's your wolf? Get that
He's
wolf.
very good.
There he is. Big puppy dog. That is a
Come on.
wolf right
Well,
there.
this is the little one. Yeah, this one's the actual part wolf one.
All right. The Shadow came in and says, "Can we get a donation run going? Alex really wants an Xbox at 12 months of game."
No. Oh my God, dude.
That's a
So-
now you kind of went off on your latest video. I saw that.
Yeah. So what happens is I'm primarily a PC gamer. I play games like Path of Exile, Last Epoch. Very, very. My wife says that they stim my autism when I play them because they're very number heavy, and very like mathematically driven. And so they're like, everybody in my viewers are just like, "Hey, why don't you get an Xbox since you're getting old PlayStation 1 games and PS2 games?" Because I'm going through a midlife crisis. It's like, no, I don't need one. Then they start donating for me to buy a fucking Xbox. And now it's just constant all the time. Like when you're gonna, like, it's just every single fucking day. Like
We're
just
talking
go-
the original Xbox.
No, they want me to get a new one because it's backwards
fuck that.
compatible. Yeah, I don't
Just
want the
saying,
new one. I just want like the 360 or the OG.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't even have a new Xbox. So I mean, if we don't get a donation run
I've
going for me,
won.
I certainly won't use it. But hey, Marcellus came in and says, "Craig, your chat isn't ready for Alex. I tune in every Saturday night." Giggity.
Yeah.
Jay, or Hobby, said Jay. Hobby came in and says, S Cubans, I guess South S Cubans or just Cubans are amazing at
Yeah,
swimming,
Cubans.
Alex.
I'm pretty
Robin
good.
Wheels came in and says, "Are you a good swimmer?"
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I had to swim from Cuba all the way here, so I had to do
You
something.
had to flee Cuba.
Was that bear we just saw, Savvy?
Yeah, that was Bear. Kaya's upstairs. So
Okay.
she's staying up there with my husband.
Lord Slosh says, "Blabs isn't watching UHF because she landed a guest spot on Wheel of Fish. She's not getting paid. She's just doing it for the halibut." I like it, Lord Slosh. That's a nice reference right there. Good
Very
stuff.
nice. Very nice.
Have you guys seen UHF, Savvy and Alex?
No.
Do you know the movie UHF? It's a
Is that the title of it, or is that the
Yes.
acronym? Okay.
no, that is the title. It's Weird Al's 1989
Oh yeah.
film where he owns a cable access TV station, and they create all sorts of like crazy programming. One is Wheel of Fish, and they actually spin this wheel, and this lady lands on a red snapper, and you can. It's pretty amazing. It's awesome. It's an amazing movie.
So is that
from
like
back-
where Tim and Eric got their fucking ideas from?
man? Possibly, and it's genius. And now there's a lot of
it
data.
seems very Tim and Eric, or Tim and Eric. That seems very in the same kind of vein.
I guarantee you, Tim and Eric had a huge inspiration from Weird Al. And,
Yeah,
and by the way,
that's
that
what it
movie
sounds
had a banger of a cast. It had Kramer on it from Seinfeld. What's his name? Whatever his name is.
Kramer.
The
He's
guy
a
who played
legend.
Kramer. Yeah. It had Fran Drescher in it, who's now like the head of the union and
Yeah,
obviously the
Drescher's
nanny
wild.
and stuff. Like it had a banger cast back in the day. It was pretty good. Anyways, Definitely
Real
one. One of my
quick,
favorites.
I can't be the only one who had a thing for Fran. Like, I can't be the only one, right?
She's beautiful. Well, she was really, really beautiful. Now she's less.
If her voice matched, now her voices are gimmick, right? But if her voice
that was
matched,
a gimmick. Yeah.
right. If the voice matched her looks, she'd be a 10.
You know who also like gets a fire going under me? What's her name from Seinfeld?
Oh, Lane? Really?
Lane, whatever her name is.
Let me tell you. Have you seen her in Veep?
No.
You should watch Veep. Let me tell you something. That woman.
Oh, she's cute.
She's cute.
Cute.
Hold on. So, by the way, here's Fran Drescher today. Still beautiful. Now, crazy as a loon, but she is beautiful. That's a beautiful woman. Yeah. This is pretty good stuff. I
How
mean,
old is she now?
she's still, well, that's
Gosh,
29.
she's got a lot of
years
work
old.
done, though.
That's a lot of work, yeah.
Yeah. She's been sliced and diced, like a pizza pie, man. But yeah, I mean, for sure. But she's still,
She's
I mean,
66.
she was beautiful back. Whoa.
For 66, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I've seen
It's not
people in
bad
their
at all.
30s who look way worse.
Yeah, I mean,
There was
Sounds
a
good.
video somebody had of women who work at a plastic surgery center, and they would then say what their name is and how many procedures they've had, and then they would tell you their age afterwards. They all looked like they were 50, but they were all in their mid-20s.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
yes. Yeah. The
Horrifying.
overwork. Yes. Yeah. Mercenary came in with the 2, says, I still have my copy of Pokemon Box, complete box. Silent Joker came in, says, Alex is putting his foot down.
That's right.
Commodore fan says, let him go a full hour, Craig. Sometimes you just got to sit back and let people go, man. And then, you know what? I have no problem with that. Silence, you idiot, says Alex is right. The Boys is worse than Supernatural. I bet you next season the show ends on a cliffhanger where Homelander's kid nukes the city. Peter came in and says, hot take, people who like the evil Superman concept are boring people. Wow. Beard says, I have given Garth Ennis a solid try. I just can't.
Nope.
Mr. Big 200 says, I had the biggest smile on my face watching Alex and Savvy talk to each other. Best episode ever.
As long as someone's happy.
We're all about bringing people together on the show. Conversation, good or bad. Lord Slosh came back, says, been on Tumblr since 2011, can absolutely confirm its influence on the influx of Twitter crazies going back to December 2018. Yes. John came in and says, we need to protect Blab's innocence.
Hi.
And Benjamin says, for Ben Affleck's Xbox fund. There we go. Thanks, Benjamin. Stay at Home Hippo says, I had enjoyed season 1 and 2 of The Boys. Season 3 I disliked, but I heard Huey got SA'd by his childhood hero in season 4. The showrunner and writers thought it was hilarious during interviews. Gross shock value crap.
Yeah.
So
Which one?
that
Go ahead.
So the whole thing around that is just very oddly handled, and it's very clearly the writer is just doing it for the sake of doing it. Now, I'm all for dark humor. I'm all for like telling really fucked up stories. It's my favorite thing in the world. You ruin a character's day, you beat them down, you fucking put them through the worst possible things imaginable. Yeah, to the writer, especially if you surround yourself with that kind of darker content, you might find it a little funny sometimes just because you're like, how can I make all these characters suffer? But the way that it was handled was just not good writing, because there was just no point for it, and then there was no reprieve, there was no buildup. It just kind of kept going and going and going and going, and then at some point you just get tired of it. And then again, the defense from that one person, I'll never forget this. Well, he wasn't even penetrated; he was just tickled. Like, okay,
Seems like a real.
It almost gets to the point of like gore porn. You know how sorry, Craig. You know how some horror movies are just very overly violent just to be overly violent? I like that shit I can't stand. Like, oh, look, there's so much blood. I don't, that's not horror to me. There was one Japanese movie, I forgot what it was. It was a horror movie where the gore was used correctly. She took a piano wire, she started slicing it through this guy's leg, but you didn't see it happen. You just hear the sound of it, and she's looking at him while he's doing it. It's fucked up, and you're like, oh my God, this is horrifying. Not because you see it happen, but because it's the like the intent of possibly seeing it, and you
The
know
sound.
what audition. Everybody's saying audition in the chat. Like that, like that is scary. Not because it's
Right.
gory, but because it's like a horrifying moment. Like people don't understand. It's almost like desensitizing yourself to it. Like it, and you have to constantly keep pushing the envelope, kind of a deal. Like that is, I think, what is happening with the boys, or like a lot of content in period.
That's the
think
best way to put it. That they're just absolutely like, oh shit, we have to outdo ourselves. So like,
Yeah.
what's next on the list of fucked up shit?
Right.
I think there's something to what you just said, though. The idea of sometimes less is more when it comes to something awful happening, right? The idea that you never see it. It's kind of like, kind of like Jaws, right? The idea of the shark is better than the actual shark, and that's, I mean, just you saying that. I've never seen that movie before, but just you saying that and the visualization of some lady staring at some guy as she's slicing off his leg with a piano wire.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's also like, if you ever read comics, there's an old comic from the early 2000s called Identity Crisis. And Dr. Light, Grapes, grapes someone, but you don't see it happening. What you see is his hand on a desk is clenched, and then you see like her, like kind of like her outline from like the back, and then you see his hand release, and you're like, oh fuck. But like you don't have to see the act happening, you just know it's happening, right? Because like you see that sort of like it's implied, and you're just like, this is, and you can sort of like put it, like the pieces in your brain are more fucked up than the actual what they're putting on the paper. And I think that's kind of like what it is.
Oh yeah, I think I got it pulled up actually right here. Is this what you're speaking of right here? This right here?
That's it.
Yeah. Wow.
Was it Dr. Light? No, it was some other fucking, it's been so long since I read a comic book, but I think that was this. Yeah. And then you see his like hands like release the whole, like, yeah, it's fucked up. Like, and you don't even, it's crazy.
Leaving things to the imagination is like being able to balance that. That's how you know the difference between a good writer and a great writer, or in most cases nowadays, shit writers, because obviously we've got Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant needing to explain every little thing that she does, and she can't even explain it. And like when you have to start explaining things, that's how you know you are a trash tier writer who does not deserve to ever publish a story.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel strongly about that.
All right. Well, let's get to a couple of these super chats, but let's get into hard news. Hey, check it out. The guy who unsubscribed twice this week is now a member. Hey, Nagardnall, thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's spectacular, and we really appreciate you. Orthodox Monks came in and says, if you want a game for your autism, just play old school RuneScape, Alex. Get those 999.
That's on there.
John came in and says, the human imagination can visualize something worse than what's been shown. It's why Hitchcock was so great. Thanks, John. Appreciate you. Delta says the Hawk Tuah porn game developers defending your game award event. Alex making fun of console fans. Biden giving a speech last night about controlling guns, not girls. Some might say we're in chaos. I'd say we're heading back to the 2000s era. All right,
yeah,
Delta,
it's fucking wild. It'd be even nuts if the new Call of Duty Black Ops like has a 9/11 section. That's what I was kind of like
saying
thinking.
that.
Wow,
It's like
that's a
right in the
reality?
perfect timeline. I don't know, but like that would be fucking ballsy.
Wow,
That would be fucking. That would be like, I would be like fucking. Holy shit! If they did that,
I feel like they don't have the balls anymore.
Dude,
maybe
I didn't even
knows?
consider
They
that.
didn't know Russian, so.
Is it meant to
Like,
be
the
like
timeline
around that
fits.
time? Really?
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
The timeline fits. Yeah.
Jared came in and says, what's up, everyone? Did you see that shift up? The people behind Stellar Blade have now decided to go public. What are your thoughts on it? Well, we're going to get to that in just a little bit, Jared. Thank you. B. Barrett says, a woman doesn't have to do dishes. Hearsay. Savvy. And then he came back, says, would you say that spit on that thing girl is hawking some merch? Well, yeah, we're going to get to that in just a minute. Lord J 69 says all those Tumblr retards grew up and work in Hollywood now. And
Not all of them, but
There's some are still in the basement.
Most of them are. Most of them.
And Willing to Laugh with Brian says, I remember I had to use my college username and password to register for Facebook in 2005. I missed those days. Yeah, even Facebook had gatekeeping back in the day. You know, with the you had to have a college.
You had to have
college
a college
setup.
email. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, we're 45 minutes into the show.
I actually have a local tip real fast. Thank you.
Fire
Okay,
away.
Just G for $10 says, Happy Friday. Time to Google what a rainbow kiss is. Blame my girl. She got me. Y'all's turn.
Blabs, how much was that for?
$10.
Google it, Blabs, and tell everybody what it is.
Do I need
All right.
to?
Just don't pull it up. I forgot what the last reference images were.
Blabs, are you going to do it?
A supposed sex act in which a man and a woman is menstruating simultaneously perform oral sex on each other, followed by a kiss where the couple mix semen. What the fuck? I'm done. No, isn't that just like a strawberry milkshake thing that I learned the other day on Urban Dictionary? Isn't that what that is? Right? Woo! Ugh. 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 I'm done. That's it.
Did y'all know
That's
what that
the show.
was? Alex, did you know what that was? Savvy,
do
you
you
knew what
not?
that was?
Of course.
You ever heard of blinding the Marlin?
What happened to
what's that
Marlon?
one?
That's when you come in her eyes so she can't see, and you put your finger in her mouth and walk her around the room like.
I thought they just called that fish hooking.
Huh? Whatever, man.
That can't be real. That can't be a real thing. That can't be real. Oh my
There
god.
you go, bro.
Well, hey, thanks. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Wow. Now we know. Now we know. Blabs, how you feeling today, huh?
I'm fine. Honestly, I felt like it was just another milkshake thing all over again. That strawberry milkshake one. I learned that one already, so this one was just a little bit extra. It was just like
Strawberry. I gotta look at the strawberry milkshake one. I don't
it's
want you to make it
basically
stand.
like
It's the same concept.
it's kind
Okay.
of like you what like you
Some
you
hard news.
constantly- As I was saying,
Sorry, Blabs, didn't mean to cut you off,
basically-
but I just felt like it was really important to keep things going.
Listen,
As I was
if
saying,
you
it's
need to stop
basically
me or
punching
Savvy at any
somebody's
time, just do
mouth,
it.
And then you come in their mouth too, so they have blood and come in their mouth. So this was kind of the similar stuff, except there's menstrual blood. So ew.
You have to punch somebody in
Aw.
the face.
Yeah, you gotta punch somebody in the face so they bleed, and then you come in their mouth. And it's like, oh, strawberry
mean,
milkshake.
The only funny punching one to me, or I guess one of the more funny ones, I think is the angry dragon one. Is that the one where you punch the chick in the head and then while she's giving the blowjob, and right as you finish and then you punch her and then she snorts it or something?
It's jelly
it comes
donut.
through. Oh, that's the jelly. I can't remember all the names. And then there's the donkey punch one, but how do I remember?
That's a classic. Craig just left.
Nah, he's still there. He's just sitting there backstage, unsure what
He just
to do.
left you to your own devices, Blabs.
That's fine.
We
Right.
did hard news, so this is pretty hard.
Yeah, we're talking about sex.
Hey!
See? Anyway. Oh, look. He's doing
so
the
glad it's
the
Friday.
avatar. That's funny.
There you go. Nice job, Craig.
Nice job.
New thumbnail.
Hi.
All right.
We're
Speaking
not
of
talking
hard
about
news,
Blumpkins, chat. Continue.
Let's go to the Hawk Tuah girl. We all had fun.
Speaking
we
of
all had
that,
fun.
I saw that. So I live in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, and somebody with their big rugged truck that does rugged things because it had mud on it on the top back of their window thing, they had the Hawk to little fucking silhouette sticker. So even in my neck of the
her?
woods, yeah, of the Hawk to it, and then the
Oh,
word
okay.
Hawk to.
Wow. Like he didn't have like the pissing on a Chevy or pissing on a Ford one, like the classic one from
No.
the 90s.
No, he I guess he cleaned his truck up and he replaced all of his other memorabilia and other memes with the Hawk to a chick. So even
Bro,
in my
talk
neck of the
about
woods,
like
in bumfuck nowhere, she people know what she is.
that is one of the most insane things to like penetrate the fucking zeitgeist.
Not enough of a reason to use the word.
You like that, Savvy? I know you.
Well, the Hawk Tuah girl is merchandise has been flying off the shelves. for
Hey,
Hawk
man,
Tuah
make that
Girl.
money, man.
And a lot of it has not been hers. It's been, third party stuff. But there's a new piece of merchandise that has popped on the internet. It's the Hawk Tuah Spit on That Thing water squirter. Check this bad boy out right here. Here we go. Let's see it in action.
Spit on that thing.
That is the most Chinese ripoff thing I've ever seen. What the fuck?
I know. Look at that.
That looks. You can probably 3D print something better looking than that.
Yeah.
It looks like Hillary Clinton, though.
Oh,
Oh no, Hillary
No,
Clinton.
because there's no murders around it, so it can't be.
that's right. Nobody's dead lying around on their bodies. Oh, look at
Allegedly.
Alex is gone. Alex
Alex
left.
is gonna go get his gun to make sure
Boys.
he's gonna be okay.
Boys, if Boeing knocks on my door or
Or Hillary Clinton, or both.
Lockheed
But you can
Martin,
see,
you know what happened.
Look at that. They got they got a pigtail on her.
Oh, that's where you put the
Just
water in.
fill it up. Yeah, naturally, and then you got a little water.
They just
squatter
took a
water,
dollar
water
store
squatter,
water
water.
gun.
Yeah, absolutely.
thing
Look at
around
that. But this is
I
the thing.
appreciate
They're trying to
plug,
capitalize on where the plug is. You like that, Sav?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to be
appreciate
delicate
the
in my.
plug is?
I appreciate the plug location and what happens when you remove the plug. It's just there. I know. Stop it. He's upset with me.
There you go.
Get a
Yes.
Get a little gape action in there. You're good to go.
Healthy
Okay.
stretching.
Well, let's go from one side of the degeneracy to another side, the polar opposite. Alex and Savvy just laughing down there.
Literally same mannerisms, same lean, same everything.
I know. It's amazing. I told you. It's like they're the exact same people.
So good.
Anyway, hi.
All right. Well, on the other side of things, there is an ice cream shop in Massachusetts that is offering free ice cream cones for what? What do you guys think they're offering free ice cream cones for?
Blowy's in the back.
What was that?
Blowy's in the back.
Blowy's in the back. How about straight A's on your report card like we did in Chuck E. Cheese back in the day where you get a bunch of coins, right? You get pizza and tokens. So good report card. Let's
I
go.
feel like Craig needs to emphasize that this is free ice cream for children, Savvy.
Yeah.
So for kids. So
Yes,
report
that's-
card.
I know.
Let's
I
go.
really
Good
wish he
report card.
did. Now that you said that, I was like, oh
I've ruined it.
no, this is supposed to be
Yeah.
wholesome. Damn it.
You should have clarified then.
Damn it, Craig.
God. What kid wants
All right,
a free
well,
cone? Wait, like just the cone or like the
No,
actual,
the
'cause
actual ice cream
scoop.
cone.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. There are some shops, and this is something that I guess maybe none of y'all grew up with, but you pay for the cone and then you pay per scoop.
Stop.
So there's different cone styles. Like you have a regular cone that's the base price, and then you have a dipped cone, and then that was like an additional 50 cents, and then you have like a super dipped cone with sprinkles, and then that was even more. So I thought that you literally just get the free cone, which is the discount, which is the cheapest part, and then each ice cream scoop
Then you
costs
pay
like
for
every,
that. That's
yeah. You guys never had that?
no. We just did everything by
No.
weight, like the frozen yogurt stuff.
Oh yeah, so
Well-
that came around.
I don't
Once I
even
hit
really like
college.
cones. Actually, I like bowls. I just like to fill up a big ass bowl and eat that way.
Mhm.
Well, this ice cream shop is offering free cones for kids who, no, Savvy, don't give blowies in the back,
Good job, Savvy.
Jesus,
but
Savvy.
but instead
That's for kids.
recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I'm
Isn't
okay with that.
Sweet?
That's cute.
Yeah, I think
That's all right.
I think that's great.
Wholesome.
Yeah.
Now, how
Craig, the
many
way you were
kids do they
saying it made
know
it sound like it was going to be a horrible thing.
Yeah, honestly,
Well,
the
it
way
was-
I was
you
waiting for
introduced
someone to
this-
be real. I was waiting for the shoe to drop or the foot to drop.
No.
Yeah,
The-
honestly,
the shoe dropped when Savvy suggested kids go into the back.
no, it wasn't kids. You started this whole thing with hard
Does Dr.
news.
Disrespect have that ice
You're
cream shop?
talking-
Dr. Diddler, look out!
That's his next fucking
No,
character.
no.
Oh Jesus!
No. I think this is great. We have the Hawk Tuah girl. I said the other side of the spectrum, and that's where we're at. This is a positive thing. This is a very base thing. So, yeah, and you brought it down, Savvy. Congratulations. But they said. They said, I think it's really nice to keep patriotism alive in America. I know one of the reasons the owner wants to keep this going after all these years is because she believes in being proud to be an American, which I think that's great. Good for them. And we should be proud to be an American. I'm waiting for the blowback from people who are finding out about this. Because
and
I'm sure
choice of words would blow after
there's no reason that should have any blowback. We had to do it in school.
Agreed.
They don't do that anymore, do they?
Do they?
No, they don't. I don't think. No,
Damn.
I don't think so.
Some schools do. Where I live, they do on a day-to-day basis. Yes, but I'm in Texas.
Look, I didn't have any problem with it. I still don't have any problem with it because my parents are immigrants from Cuba, an actual communist country. So, like, yes,
right. And the irony of most of this is that so many people who live in the United States, like they have no idea. They're the biggest complainers, but they have no idea what it's actually like to live outside the United States. So they have this sheltered worldview, and that's, it goes back to people are so comfortable, they have it so good that they're looking for things to complain about. So having an ice cream shop, you go in and say like, hey, I think it's good to say the Pledge of Allegiance, have a little patriotism. I think it's a real positive thing. So, and
then you get more for like a good report card or something. Like that is a normal, wholesome thing. There's nothing bad about that. I mean, but there are people who are going to complain just because they want to complain, right? That's just.
Well, it's meritocracy, and we can't have that because then the kids with D's won't get good ice cream.
Oh, sorry, your kid doesn't want to fucking do his work, but he'll play Fortnite for 8 hours. Explain that shit to me, right? Like you'll sit there and you'll grind Fortnite battle passes for 8 hours, no fucking problem, but you can't grind a fucking book for 4
or less, because the education
or less
now.
Let them know. All right, I'm going to bounce. Apparently, I'm delayed. I'll be right back. Blabs, lead us to the next one.
Mentally and physically, yes.
That's right. Thank you. Lead us, Blabs. I'll be right back.
Really, also, Blabs, really funny how you like just told everybody on the internet that have autism. Yeah. From that tweet you made last time. You were just like, yeah, here you go. You're autistic.
Wait, who's autistic?
Stop it. We're not doing this. You're not going to trick me into this. All right, I'm smarter than the average bear, okay?
Who, you? Are you autistic? Anyway, guys, we're going to go and talk about hacking right now. So the first one is Ticketmaster. Ticketmaster was actually hacked recently. I don't know if any of you guys know that. This basically affects all the Swifties out there.
Oh, so I don't care.
My wife.
Yeah, all the Swifties out there. It was over 1,000 people were hacked. So unfortunately, you guys have to deal with that. But the biggest news of today is actually AT&T says hackers stole records of nearly all cellular customers' calls and texts. And this is a period of 6 months. And so what they're saying is not the actual phone calls and the contents of the text messages, but phone numbers and private people's information. So your name, your phone number.
So the headline is a lie.
Well, no, because it's all the phone numbers of people texting and calling.
But not the content.
But Savvy's saying that like the way it's written, it shows that it's the content.
It kind of sounds like that. I'm not going to lie, it does. But if you read it, they're saying that it was the content of the calls and messages were not compromised and customers' personal information was not accessed, but the records did include phone numbers.
So basically, so the numbers you were texting to, like when you show up on your bill, like back in the day.
Yeah, all that is all out there. And it's a shit ton of people because its AT&T wireless network has over 127 million devices. So that is a lot of people. And this is in between 6 months, guys, from October 31st, 2022 to January 2nd, 2023. And we are only now finding this information out. They withheld this information this entire time. This was just released today.
So I'll go out on a limb here, and this might be a mild hot take. Who cares? All of our numbers are already out there. All of our full names, our SSNs, it's already out there. China and India have it all. At this point, there's nothing more that they could really take that's interesting. Unless they have the contents of the messages, At this point, people should have just been notified, and then that explains why everybody was getting more scam calls for a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
It's
I think the
shitty
real
because
fucked up part is the waiting. I'm sorry, Blabs.
no, you're right. The waiting is a huge part, but also
Yeah.
like these corporations should have the biggest security because they are the biggest companies, and they're just easily getting hacked, withholding, telling you for over a year that nothing ever happened.
yeah.
I think it's crazy, but yeah.
I agree. I don't
right.
think anybody
The,
should be shocked.
Yeah, that's
Punishment,
pretty
though,
much,
is a fine, I think.
that's it. You mean
I
a fine that
think.
they'll pay for with no problems?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't think that they get in trouble at all, and I don't think that they're told to reimburse customers in the slightest. Like, anybody who feels like they need to get a new number, they won't be reimbursed.
Yeah.
For their time.
They'll charge you
and
for that, no
losing the
problem.
number. Yeah, yeah. So, fuck AT&T.
I agree with you, Sam. I don't think anybody should be surprised by this at all, right? This is one of those things where like everybody knows, and I agree with you. I think everybody knows everybody's data is out there already. Like once one breach happens, it's all gone. It's all over, you know? But I'm with you, Alex. I think that the idea that we're just now learning about this, that's the story. It's not that your data is out there. It's that they're just going to delay it. And you know, people in the chat have been pointing out the idea that you know, well, yeah, the government has all your data, all your stuff, and on top of that, and I think that really says, like, if you were to go back, I don't know, let's just say 30 years, right? And let's go back to the mid 90s, and you were to say, hey, there's going to be a time in the next 3 decades where people are just going to be complacent with the idea that all your data is just going to be out there. People are going to know your social security number. They're going to know your phone number. They're going to know your address. All your information is going to be out there. I think if you go back 30 years ago, there's a riot. But it's been a slow trickle of this where people got complacent and they're like, oh, shit, that sucks. Oh, shit, that sucks. The next thing, oh, shit, that sucks. And eventually it's like, just like you said, well, I guess it is what it is, you know, which I think that's part of the story as well as the complacency side of things. And
It's an education thing too, though. So when it happens, up until the last 5 years, most people who it happened to, they don't live online like we do. So they go through something, and then the banks or, you know, whoever they talk to explains, oh, you know, identity theft happens. You know, yeah, it happens all the time, but we're going to take care of this and we're going to fix it, and then we're going to improve. But things never truly improve. I actually just got a scam call the other day, and this is probably the most information that's ever been presented to me. So they had my full name, they had an old phone number on top of my new one, and then they had all of the addresses that I have had since I was 22. And I told them, though, that obviously I told them that it wasn't real, but they rattled everything off. It was one of the scam calls claiming to be Border Patrol. So they were trying to say like, oh, somebody stole your identity, and there's cocaine. There's a package of cocaine with your name on it. And we need to secure all your money.
Oh, come on over.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Border Patrol would just go to your house. They would call you.
Yeah.
In fact, it wouldn't be
But
Border Patrol. It wouldn't be Border Patrol. It would be the DEA showing up, and they don't call.
Oh, I had a field day. I had a field day with this guy. He drew the line. He was completely fine with the cult that I was a part of. He was fine with me having a brother of the exact same name. He was fine with me living in a van in the middle of Arkansas and not trusting the government. But he drew the line at the fact that I kept all my cash under the bed. He was very upset by that I didn't have a working bank account.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
there
don't know.
there's a live streamer who does that too? Like he like sits
Kit
there.
Boga and
Kit Boga,
Cameron
that's it.
Payback,
Yeah,
Pierogi, all of them. I love Kit. He's incredible, though. The
Kit's
systems
great.
and the AI that he built up to trap them. Oh my God! Talk about doing the Lord's work. That guy is great.
Wasn't it the reason why he did that was because his mother or
His
grandmother
grandma.
his grandma got scammed, and so he's just like, I'm just gonna waste all their time.
Yeah.
Somebody
Those
must
other
have
ones-
gotten hold of my phone number or something, because I've been getting spam calls like crazy for the last 3 days. 12 spam phone numbers.
Oh, that's
I
all
just
you
keep-
got?
Yeah, well, the thing was, I never give out my phone number, so I never get spam or any of that stuff. And all of a sudden, I went and put my phone number down for one thing. It was like a raffle in my town, and I don't know. I guess somebody
sold it.
Somebody
They
did
sold it.
something with that phone number, because ever since
They sold
then,
it.
I've been getting like nonstop. And
That's when they're like, "Oh, hey, this is free. Give us your phone number." Then it's not free.
But it actually was like a real company and everything. That's the weird thing. I'm like,
they sell it.
They sell it.
Some piece of
So
shit.
literally all of the big tech companies, even in California, like you can trace everything back to them willingly selling data. They will take the customer's information, it goes somewhere to get processed, and they make a copy of the record and then sell it off to whoever the top bidder is.
Man, it's shitty because like that was like a small business. At least I'm assuming that's where it came from, because all of a sudden, ironically, I get a bunch of spam. So, man.
Well, it's like I said, I don't think anybody should be surprised about it, and the fact that you are kind of surprised about it is interesting, because this is a
Me?
Yeah.
Why am I surprised?
Oh, I don't know. You just sound a little surprised that.
Well, I'm surprised that I'm all of a sudden getting like randomly as soon as like all out of the blue, because I never get spam. I thought I was lucky. I was always coasting it, and then in the last 3 days, I'm like, damn it. But yeah, no, I'm surprised that they didn't tell us for over a year and a half. That's my surprise.
Way to go. All right. Did you talk Ticketmaster while I was gone?
I did. It was very brief. It's
Okay.
just over 1,000 people. It's not like it's the same thing as AT&T.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next thing here. Let's talk about this new trailer for Captain America 4. I have not seen this. Blabs, you've not seen it. Sab, have you seen this? No?
Nope.
But Alex, you said you watched it.
Yeah, it's pretty short, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, about 1 minute 48 seconds. Let's go check this thing out. I have yet to see this, so let's see what we got here. This is the new Captain America 4 trailer.
You're gonna get copyright claims so fast.
No, not from Disney.
We this has been established. We're demonetized, copyrighted, the whole thing. It's
Oh
all right.
yeah, you're all done. You're done.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
pack it up.
Wilson. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election. You and I haven't always agreed in the past, but I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
And if we disagree on how to manage this situation, then what happens?
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
Is the president? He's the president. Harrison Ford is the president of the United States. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's the bad guy
But
in this situation?
Harrison Ford's
No,
replacing somebody else, right? The actor that died who was in Captain America 2, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's why he's talking about I look different with the mustache, because originally the other actor, I can't remember his name, he had a mustache in that other one.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I think you're right about that. I'm not entirely 100% sure.
All right, we'll continue.
Oh, they did the shot. Perfect.
Sir, your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that, or you don't want to.
What if it's a trap?
Global power
kick.
is shifting. You're just a pawn.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Wow,
It's fucked up. Yeah.
that's
like it.
It's a pretty bold. It's a pretty good statement. All right, let's continue.
It's accurate.
You're right. I'm not.
All right, Captain America 4, Brave New World. First time seeing that. Sav, you it's your first time seeing it. What were your thoughts on that?
How many reshoots did they have?
A lot.
Did they really have a lot of reshoots?
Yeah, there was a few reshoots. I'll Google
No
it.
way. Like
Yeah.
not like
So-
Blade style reshoots, but I'm sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if the whole the you're not Captain America, and then he says I'm not. I guarantee that was probably a reshoot. It's interesting that the president has changed, and it has to mirror present day because it's an old white man. Can't just have a fictional setting.
Oh, apparently there's more. Hold on. There's more at the very tail end. Hold on.
Red
Oh,
Hulk.
Red Hulk. There you go.
Red
So
Hulk.
they told us the entire movie in the trailer. So he has a problem where he's presented as being a replacement Captain America to try to do what the original thing was with Steve Rogers, which was like to build up hope in the military. Turns out the government's fucking bad and just wants power. White House under attack as usual, probably gets destroyed, which we saw. And then there's going to be an epic battle with a Red Hulk for some reason. So that's the whole.
Well, it's Ross. I mean, he's the general in that entire scene. Like you could like putting Ross in there makes sense because he is in fact like he was part of that entire thing with original Hulk. So like putting him in there as Red Hulk makes sense, especially if they do this more of like Call of Duty Black Ops where it's like more espionage action, then I think it'll fit very well. If they try to do it like big grandstanding action, I don't think it'll flow very well because Falcon's a regular dude. He's just got the suit on, right? There's nothing like it's not like Steve where he's got like the serum or anything like that, so he can't just go around doing everything. But if it's done more of like an espionage style, I think it'll be pretty good, but he's got to get the shit kicked out of him if Red Hulk's there. Like he has to get the shit beat out of him if Red Hulk's there.
Yeah, he can't take that down unless they give him the serum.
Supposedly, Savvy, there was at least 22 days of reshoots, and they added a new writer ahead of additional photography, and that was announced.
Oh, so it's going to be so disconnected.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, listen, I really love Captain America 2. That was my favorite one, The Winter Soldier. So freaking good.
No.
But I don't know how good this one's going to be. Sorry? Alex?
Sorry.
Did we lose him? Oh my God, we did.
Oh, he's frozen, yeah.
There he is right there.
Look at him. That's a great thumbnail. Thanks, Alex.
Here we go.
And grabbed.
All right, so the budget for this apparently is $375 million. So when you double that for marketing, $375 million. So $750 million. So pretty much to make any money, they gotta cross $1 billion.
It's not happening.
I agree. I
now,
agree.
The actor, I like the actor. I'm not trying to shit on him. I think he's just doing with the best that he's got. Like, this isn't about him, but he also does not pull the same numbers as some of the other actors in the group. So why does it? This is what I don't understand. We have Godzilla, right? That was just a global success for a fraction of that cost. Why are American movies costing so much to make? Like, I am the most interesting aspect of this would be reading an itemized list of the expenditures. The movie is
what were their
boring
expenses
compared to that. I want to see it right down to the fucking snack vendor. Like, I want to see everything because I guarantee the money does not the math will not math. I guarantee it. I don't care how many reshoots that you have. I don't care how much digital bullshit there is. It does not cost that fucking much to make that movie.
I agree. And when you think about like, so I kind of look at it as this, the idea that every time you launch a movie, it's like launching a business, right? You're going to invest X thousands of dollars, X millions of dollars, whatever it may be, right? If somebody was to go to you and say, look, we're going to invest, in this case, let's just say it's $375 million times 2 for marketing expense. So $750 million into starting a business, right? Now the return on that is either going to happen really quick or it's going to flail out. I got to be honest, I can't imagine like the idea of that being a good idea at all, period. You know, look,
you know what? You hit it right there real quick because you said it was about the speed of the turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the timeless stuff, not a whole lot of money was put into them. So they had to work really hard to tell a story. And the work was much harder than like the classic Disney movies that people still love today. They worked really, really hard to tell those stories. But the stuff today, the story is not the focus. It's how quickly can we get people in the theaters to turn around and make a profit. They don't care about anything else because the trailers are all flashy. They tell you the entire story. They give you the explosions, and then they give you what they hope will be. Every single fucking Marvel trailer has this. There's always some little tidbit at the end that makes everybody, that they hope everybody will throw their arms up in the air and say, I got to see that. Red Hulk was their little bait.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the rest of it. They knew that is that Anthony Mackie? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie. Yeah.
They knew they knew people aren't going to go see that. But you throw Red Hulk in there, people might be more curious.
I really liked Anthony Mackie as the Falcon, and I'm gonna stick by this and die on this hill. He should never have been Captain America. He should have stayed as the Falcon because I thought he was a very interesting character as the Falcon. And then they changed it and made it about race and Captain America with wings. And it's like, we already had a Captain America and he was great. Why do you want to replace him with another less character? Yeah.
Well, so Navigate comes in and says, do y'all understand this is anti-American propaganda? What the heck is wrong with y'all? Did y'all, I mean, maybe I'm missing that. Did y'all see, Alex, did you see any anti-American propaganda in that? And
no, I mean, there is, it just seems like typical 90s espionage government action. Very
anti-government, anti-war even, because the concept of blowing up the White House would be a big tragedy. But in a sense, that could be anti-American because they're showing depictions of that. But that's also kind of sort of common when it comes to the espionage stuff.
Yeah, like,
you know, yeah, it's an extreme, but
so Independence Day is anti-American, like.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I never heard of that perspective before.
It'll depend how they make the fictional world react to it. So if they show Americans uniting, then it's hella pro-American. But if they show apathy or inaction or just focus on corruption, then you could kind of say, all right, you don't care about the world. You're just blowing shit up because you're you.
Right. All right, let's go on to another quick hit here. This is interesting. One of the biggest, speaking of like, failures and multi-million-dollar failures, one of the biggest in the video game industry this year has been obviously Suicide Squad, killed the Justice League. That is flopped in a major way. And now they are making the game for the first time free. The game is free now. Suicide in less than 6 months after launch, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will be a free download and keep for Prime subscribers, but you only have 2 days to snag it. So
somebody predicted this in our circle.
Like Twitch Prime?
Somebody predicted this.
Yes, with Prime Gaming via the Epic Store for Prime Day.
They do that sometimes on like Twitch. Like it'll be like Fallout 3, Fallout 4. I've seen some other games like that too, but not this quickly.
Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration will also be joining the roster of freebies, as well as Chivalry 2. I'm not familiar with Chivalry 2. So, I mean, obviously, this is so here's the thing, right? This is the Rise of the Tomb Raider came out in 2015, and Chivalry came out in 2021. This game came out this year. Do you think this is, they're obviously trying to hype it up for season 2, right? Which is apparently a thing with this game. Do you think this will move the needle at all? Or is this game just dead?
It should have been dead from the very beginning.
Going back to that conversation we had the other day with, we had Nick Calandra on from Second Wind. And his argument was people weren't playing the game because of the story and the gameplay.
Yeah.
And that was like his hill to die on when it came to Suicide Squad. And,
okay, so I'm going to agree with him.
Yeah,
that is absolutely the fucking case.
Totally.
He is 100% right because the people working on it are not the people who built up the studio. They are DEI hires who came into a studio that already had success and thought that they could coast their way through. You have more people than ever working on video games today for a single studio. That's actually not a good fucking thing. Yeah, obviously you want to scale your business, but when you have 300 fucking individuals who have no idea what the fuck they're doing, and then you have to hire 50 more to try to unfuck their fuck ups, that's not something to boast about. So,
I think also
he's
too, like
100% right.
the day that Suicide Squad was like announced as like a trailer, everybody was like, get this shit the fuck out of here. And this is before anybody knew about Sweet Baby or DEI. Before all that, everybody was like, you need to fucking put this shit back in the oven because you guys don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yep.
Because everybody wanted another style of Batman. And then just go from there. And they were just like, oh, live service, so we're going to delay it when they didn't do shit. It's just a bad game. The problem is that there's more to it than it's just, there is the game being bad, which is the core problem, and then there's all the other problems surrounding the periphery, which make that problem even worse.
Even IGN was shitting on it. I remember they put out like that thing after the demo, and they're like, they couldn't even save it. And as much as they tried, they was like, this is a bad game. The UI is bad. You don't know what you're doing on screen. They don't know what type of game this is supposed to be. You can't see. You can't figure it out. It's too it's cluttered. It was all bad. All bad.
Yeah, people tried to say, oh, the studio's never done a live action multiplayer before.
That's not an excuse.
That's not the reason. The people who were hired were not the right people for the job. It has nothing to do with the name of the studio. If you want to make a live action game, you hire people who are good at making live action games.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have a multiplayer shooter looter thing, you hire people who have done that with proven success. They didn't do that. Do we know any of these people who worked there? No. Nobody was excited. Nobody said, hey, they got fucking Todd Howard. They got no Todd Howards. They got no whoever legendary names. They can't off the top of my head. But you know what I mean.
Weren't a lot of the original Rocksteady developers, didn't they leave to make their own studio recently?
Yeah,
they're all gone.
Yeah. So it's not even like they're just Rocksteady in name. Yeah, they're just like Rocksteady in name. Yeah.
That's all it is.
Just
and
like
they're
just like BioWare is just BioWare in name now. It's not the same anymore.
all of them. Everything that we loved, the foundations of the gaming industry, all of the people who made amazing games have moved on, do something else, were pushed out, or have their own studio, and people followed them.
Yeah, look at X-Defiant, Mark Rubin.
Yeah. Yep.
Look at Diablo 4.
Yep.
Just like I don't know why. I don't know how Rod Ferguson gets work.
I don't know how any of these people get work.
Well, we'll see how the game goes when it's available for nothing by being a Prime member, if it'll turn it around at all. You know, while we're talking about it, I always like to look at the Steam charts to see kind of what the game is doing right now as far as the Suicide Squad.
Wait, don't show it. There's going to be 113 players.
80
65. Players. Okay.
I'm saying 80.
Suicide Squad. I have very sobering news for you guys. Right now, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is banging, dominating. What's going on? I get this ad in the middle of my screen. Hold on. Let me get this ad out of here. It's banging with 317 players right now.
Look at that.
Killing it. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Double digits. Way to go.
You can see it right there. So anyways, you can pick it up. And this is before the Prime Day release. So just throwing it out there, you know, maybe
they'll hit 500.
I think that'd be good. Hey, good for them.
Wow.
I just, you know, if you have 300 concurrent players, I don't think investing into a season 2 is gonna turn things around. But
my favorite thing about this is that after this game came out, Warner Brothers Games like, we're totally gonna go live service, guys. Oh yeah, live service. Meanwhile, Hogwarts Legacy actually did well, and it wasn't a live service game. But that's fine. We're gonna go this direction.
The people in charge and the people making choices are just spreadsheet pushers. They don't play games. They don't care. They just saw an industry and said, "Oh, it goes up only." Now they're losing money and now they're upset. So that's why we see the money shifting and people moving around and studios closing down and blah blah blah.
Well, the gaming industry made the most money it's ever going to make in 2020.
Oh yeah. Everybody was home. Yeah.
Everybody was home. So they were like, okay. The thing is, they thought they would keep going up. They didn't realize that was the peak.
They didn't understand causation, correlation, and all that shit.
Yeah,
they just saw money.
Most companies did the same thing. They thought we're going to be home forever.
Yep. That's what they're still trying to bank.
Yeah.
And so now because of they overhired, they focus on the wrong things, and now they're reaping what they're sowing. Amazing how that happens, right? You reap what you sow.
All right, let's go ahead and speaking of reaping what you sow, let's move on to our next trailer. This is for the it's been labeled DEI the game, Concord, the upcoming Overwatch kind of clone, the 5v5 hero shooter, team-based multiplayer going into early access beta coming up in just a couple days, July 12th through the 14th. So actually today through the weekend, and then open beta the following weekend. We have a minute-long trailer of the game. Savvy, have you seen any of the Concord stuff?
Yeah, I had posted actually in minor support of them making their own game and their new content. I think that that's great. I think it's wonderful. I believe everybody should be making their own content, not changing what exists. And I can't wait to see how the free market responds to it.
All right, well, let's see how the free market has responded to this trailer. This is the beta trailer here. It's about a minute long. Alex is already shaking his head.
This is basically just Guardians of the Galaxy with Downs. I'm sorry, I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
But I can't tell Alex that he's autistic.
No.
You can tell Alex anything you want, Blabs. It's okay.
Oh no, I can.
Blabs, you can call me whatever you want to call me.
All right. Let's call this Concord in a reaction. Let's see what we got.
Alex is gonna get canceled again. They're like, you made her uncomfortable again.
You made her uncomfortable.
All right. Let's see if this trailer makes everybody uncomfortable. Let's see what we got.
I'm uncomfortable.
That's it. Oh, Savvy got uncomfortable real quick.
Logo triggers everybody. They suck.
All right, let's continue.
Enemies, take them down.
It's just Overwatch.
What's that?
It's just Overwatch.
Mixed with like Apex, mixed with whatever. Yeah.
Destiny. It's just Overwatch and Destiny. But the thing is, none of the characters are fuckable.
Are they?
None of them. Maybe the robot, but none of them. No, none of them are fuckable. Like what?
So to put this in perspective, Overwatch released May 24th, 2016. So we are now 8 years after Overwatch. We're getting an Overwatch competitor. And by the way, there's a sequel to Overwatch called Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
So, here we go. Let's continue.
It's a whole nother story.
Call it the healer's touch.
I'll wall them off. Breaking the laws of physics.
It's literally the same skills as Overwatch. Like they didn't do anything new.
Yeah, this is unoriginal. I hate to say it, because I'd be for like a brand new game, trying something totally different, and actually trying the market out, but it's not original. Sorry.
Instead of doing Overwatch, let's go back to Quake 3, where we got fucking like, come on, man, like do something.
You know what?
I want
to be a hero shooter.
I want. Here, all they had to do was make the environment reactive, destroy the buildings, destroy the ground. Then they would have had something new all to their own that is their own gimmick that adds randomization and replayability. Because right now, just having fucking team deathmatch style games with an occasional objective is bullshit. It's old. It's tired. But to have a reactive environment would have been actual fucking work.
Well, we saw that.
Too.
We saw a multiplayer game with a reactive, destructible environment in particular, Blabs. Yeah, you were into what was the game we were playing for a short time that was really
played
fun?
The finals, and it's still fun. I still play it.
Yeah, the finals is like that game just kind of came and went, but the finals is really fun with a fully destructible environment and everything associated with that. You know, the thing that caught me with Concord wasn't the characters, it wasn't the arena, it was the gunplay in it. And it didn't look like there's like any recoil in your shots at all. It just looked like it was a straight shot the entire time. And I just watching the gameplay, it felt like a submachine gun from Call of Duty, like World at War, from way back in the day. And that's the thing that caught my eye. And when it comes down, like, look, I can get past the characters and all that shit. I can move past if the gameplay is good, I will like it, right? But watching that, nothing about that looked like it was anything new or different or really appealing to it. It looks like a vanilla cake with them trying to throw in all sorts of pronouns and robots.
Not even the pronoun stuff, right? Like, look at it from the perspective of like, it has the same color palette that every streamer has in their fucking room. That blue and purple fucking outline shit that everybody always fucking like. There's nothing new, unique, or genuine about that game. There's nothing there that entices you to say, what is different about this? If you look at Titanfall, for example, what entices people to that game is the actual movement mechanics. You say, whoa, what the fuck? I got a grappling hook. I can do all this shit. I can move around. I can do all this stuff. It's very easy to convey and show the person this is how you're going to play the game. There's nothing in here that conveys any sort of either skill barrier or skill check to make good players there. There's nothing here to convey like you can actually do something that's interesting or new. It's the same it's the same HUD, the same sound effect. If you've played Valorant, this is the exact same UI. There's no difference between this and Valorant. Show this to a non-Valorant player and be like, here's Valorant, here's Concord, which one's which? I can be like, I don't know, they look the same to me. There's nothing here that differentiates you as a product to actually play behind it. And it's just really, this is why I'm so pissed off with gaming, because right now what you have is no one trying anything new or being anything wild in the major AAA space. You have it in the indie space. And instead you now have indie developers doing the work that should be done. But then you have games like Titanfall, which are sitting in a graveyard because EA doesn't want to bring it back up because they didn't sell enough copies between COD and Battlefield when it first came out. Like, it is so... It's, you know what it's like? It's like when they brought back Quake and they made Quake Champions and they took away the actual reason why you played fucking Quake. And they were like, now you have abilities. And it's like, nobody wants that. They want to play fucking Quake. It's like trying to bring back Unreal today, right? You have to do something that is going to bring people into that fold. The best example I think I could ever bring up for this is Doom. If you play Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, they took a formula that was classic, simple, and identifiable, and they said, how do we take this and make it for a modern audience, right? We all hate that, but they did it the right way. Instead of hiding behind a bunker like every other game was doing, like COD, you go out there and you get your fucking health back by getting it from that demon's ass. Like that, like they have a theme and they went with it. There's no themes for this. The theme is, how do we make copy paste as quickly as possible, which everything looks the same. And there's nobody, like, I literally shit my pants and came at the same time when the new Doom came out, like the new trailer.
Oh,
it was
so
fucking
good.
Unbelievable. It was so good because you know what? Because you know exactly what they're going to, like, you saw that and there's a gun that chews up skulls and then shoots the fragments of the skulls. You were like, there it is.
Sexy.
There it fucking is. Like, you know what you're getting the second you see it. You don't know what you're getting with Concord. You don't know what you're getting with most games today because they look all the same. There's no variance between any of that. And they're not taking any risks.
Safe. Yeah.
It's safe.
Looks safe.
It'll be interesting to see kind of what happens if the response to this after, through the play test and the beta, if they're too deep and they make any changes based off of player feedback, because, really like a play test is to see how the servers handle up and, they've made their design choices, right? And then if any feedback that they receive now will probably be implemented into a season 2 update or something along those lines. I mean, they're too late into it. If they're looking at launching the first playtest and with like a full all 16 characters here next weekend. But I don't know. I think this game is dead on arrival. I really do. I don't think there's a chance this game has any opportunity for success. Yeah.
Not even free to play.
Yeah, $40 open beta. Yeah, right. I agree. So early access and then open beta next weekend, available on PlayStation and Steam. So we'll be keeping an eye on the Steam charts on that as well.
So it will also be restricted then by 177 countries, won't it, or however many? Because it's Sony.
Correct.
So
another
it's
stupid
coming out
fucking decision
restricted.
by Sony. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless they actually will let you buy it, kind of like what they did with Helldivers, and then I'm like, oh, by the way, you can't actually play this game. Sorry, no refund.
Yeah, like I criticize PlayStation all the time for that because I think it's an absolutely ridiculous thing to do. You're going to purposely hamstring the sales of your games and your player bases, which you rely on, just to increase your monthly active users. And it's like, stop doing that. Like, you're literally like, if you want people to use your login to your sign in, give them a reason to do so, right? If you want people to sign in with Helldivers, give them like a fucking cosmetic or some bullshit. Give them like a logo cape that has the PlayStation logo or a trophy on it. Whatever the fuck. And people are like, oh shit, I'll log in for that. Fuck it, you know? But like, don't not sell the game. And then be like, oh, not enough players.
Like,
the other concerning aspect is the way that it's advertised on social media. So, you know, they advertise it as just inclusive. All of the screenshots make sure to feature the pronouns and things like that. So
wait, what?
You know, yeah. So like if you go on some of the preview images or Sony, or like the way that it's advertised, they're not really emphasizing anything unique. They don't ever say, look at this super awesome gameplay that's totally unique to us. Look at our totally cool fictional guns that do totally cool, unique shit. They don't do that in the slightest. I have not seen a single person genuinely excited for anything that sounds new.
Have
so
you
I
seen
don't know how they're gonna do this.
Have you seen the player roster for this, Alex, for Concord?
No. I'm sure it's very similar to Overwatch, though.
So
they got pronouns.
There's your heavy. Yeah. There's your heavy.
Boy, is she. Is she her? You can.
They
tell
even have the
corner.
same fucking UI for character select for fucking. Look at it. If you go pull up the Overwatch character select screen. Go pull it up.
Sure, I'll get it
and put it right next to this.
Yeah. Okay.
Alex is like, go on. He'll slap you with a ruler if you don't.
Dude, it's fucking stupid. Like, nobody has any good fucking ideas anymore.
Wow, you're right.
Do it. Don't now switch between them.
Yeah, I am. Here we go. There's that. Yep. It's back and forth.
The fucking same.
That's funny. It's funny.
I mean,
well,
the characters are literally so when I played The Sims 4, right? So I was heavy into it, and then I quit around 2020, basically when the pandemic fucking started, right? But so I used to have like 75 gigs worth of custom content because that's the most fun part to me. But then you end up with too much shit. So when you randomize your Sims, you get shit that looks like those characters. You get the funky color palettes that don't make any sense, the mismatch, and there was a screenshot recently that had I guess the alien character, and then the other one with the hot pink hair with the long strand that's longer than everything else. That's literally a Sim staple hair cut and color. Not even just the cut, but the fucking cut and color. It looks like these people terminally played The Sims with too much custom content.
They were also on Tumblr.
And they're fucking on Tumblr. Everything comes back to them. Western gaming has been infected with the Tumblrites virus.
It's
exercise.
Just not even just that. Like, just think outside the fucking box, bro. Not every game has to be Overwatch, and not every game is going to be Overwatch. And even then, Overwatch is fucking dying anyways. The only reason Overwatch was popular, again, like I said before, is the porn. But the reason why it was so popular because of the porn is because it had the Simpsons effect. So the Simpsons effect is you can see and recognize every character just their silhouettes. You know exactly who it is. Same with Overwatch. You can know and you recognize exactly who they are through their silhouettes. These other characters aren't even closely like doing anything that is vastly different or anything like that. It's all the same copy and paste, cut and dry, fucking zero thought, like any thought or idea of what's happening. And they're just, well, Overwatch did it. They were popular. It's like, nobody fucking wants that, bro.
Well, when you go back to the character selection, this is a while back. This was noticed that they're actually this has been a point of pride for people with pronouns in their bio that there's actually not a white male in this game at all. There is a male, but everyone else is an alien or a strong independent woman. So of various ethnicities and colors.
You
So
know, at least they're making aliens, though. That's like the lack of in Star Wars. They don't have aliens in Star Wars, but now we get in Concord.
yeah. So there you go. Concord coming soon and probably leaving soon. There you go.
Pull up that screenshot again with that person if you still have it, or did you X out of it?
This one?
Having the pronouns of our characters in the character selection menu is such a cool idea. Also, the character design of Concord looks really interesting. Okay, Grace. But the idea of the pronouns is as simple as very welcome. More
I don't even see where the
inclusive
pronouns are.
games is my wish. Up in the
What's
top
wrong
left.
with the
Here,
name?
Yes.
How
what's the
does that make it
point, dude?
inclusive? How does that affect the gameplay? How does it affect the aiming, the mobility? It doesn't. You're just concerned about, oh, how do I address this character so that way I know whether or not they consent to my headcanon? Because all I care about is taking that fucking armor off and seeing what kind of naughty things I can make them do. We're all gooning. That's fine. But fuck you if this is the most important thing to you.
It's just
Also, none of that's goonable.
why it doesn't fucking matter because the game is bad.
Yep.
But
The game
this
looks
is who
bad.
they're advertising to.
The game does like it's just not a it just doesn't look like a good game. Like this is you're focusing on the wrong fucking things. Make the game good at first, and then nobody will be like, pronouns, I don't fucking care. The game's good. Like nobody will give a shit if the game was good.
That's
What's the meme? The meme with the character who's like, okay, and then we're gonna have the commercial of them kissing, and then somebody asks, how is this gonna
That
sell
stone
more
toss meme?
burgers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
how's this
and
gonna
then
sell more burgers? Yeah.
They're
Burgers.
fucking great.
Like if you go
Yeah.
back and you play things like Beyond Good and Evil, did anybody care that the main character was a female? Nobody fucking cared. Did you care that Okami you played as a fucking dog? Nobody fucking cared.
So
Like
cool.
or Sly Cooper you were a fucking raccoon? Nobody fucking cared. Like it was
Conker's
just
Bad Fur Day.
well, that was a great game because you just fucking perverted. But that's probably explains a lot about us, by the way. But like it's just nobody fucking cares. They just want a good video game. And the problem is that they poisoned the well so hard. I'm sorry, Craig. The well's been poisoned to the point where even if you try to like do a game that has a diverse cast of characters because you have a reason to have that cast of characters diverse, everybody's like, no, fuck off. Because you poisoned the well.
Yep. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
And I think that's the thing that's lost on everybody who sees the complaints from just normal men out there who are saying like, hey, why is this in the game? Just give us a good game. Nobody like legit, nobody cares. Just give us a fun game to play. You know, if you want to make Concord, that's awesome. Give us good gunplay, make it different than what's already out there and carve out your own niche. And their niche is diversity. That's the niche. Their niche is the people is your Tumblr folks, right? your pronoun and flag bearing profiles on X. So, all right. We're running on time. So I think we're going to skip Clown World today, but we do have a new segment, perhaps.
No, do the Clown World.
Well, let's go to a brand new segment today, ladies and gentlemen. This is just called Plain Talk.
Plain talk.
Oh my god, dude.
That
I
was
don't
the
even know what this is gonna entail.
Yo, is Boeing gonna come knock at the door? Like, are we really
Lockheed
gonna get
Martin's gonna show up.
Yo.
You know that they said that, right? They said that like in court, they were like, yeah, we hire fucking hitmen.
Oh, sorry. All right. I hope you like that one. Yeah. Blabs is going to lead us through Plain Talk today. Go ahead, Blabs. What you got?
So we have three things. So the first thing is Boeing. I don't know why I'm getting all these mega ads. They're getting a plea deal of $487 million to avoid prosecution because they killed so many people between the time frame of 2018 and 2019. 346 people to be exact. So there's that to worry about. But lately, United Airlines Boeing jet loses wheels seconds after takeoff again. So again, yeah, they keep losing their shoes like Cinderella. But then this just happened this morning in the last few hours. A Boeing 777, whatever, tail has hits tarmac during takeoff. That's right.
What?
Yeah. So
This
we're gonna
tail
watch
hit.
this.
So when they were taking off, like they pulled too high.
Yeah, their tail. So we're gonna watch this. The first plane that you see right here, don't pay attention to that. It's the plane back here that you want to pay attention to.
Okay.
It's
So this
awful.
this
This
would be-
is CCTV image, by the way. So obviously it's like 360.
no!
Look at that.
Yeah, they pulled too hard on the stick.
You would know all about that, wouldn't you, Alex? But
I
yes.
know all about pulling on that stick, Blabs. Hey, there she is. There she is.
Yeah, that is the failure of this morning's Boeing. This just happened.
Whoa! And it
That's
look, it
trial
still
error.
takes off at the end. It still
Yeah,
takes
but then
off.
they don't leave. They don't leave. They go back down.
Oh my god! So I'm
I
getting on a
already have a
plane.
fear of flying.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
getting.
getting on a plane in a couple months too.
No, I'm getting on a plane in a couple hours.
Oh yeah, bye,
Like,
Craig.
I'm finishing the show and I'm getting on a plane. This does not make me feel good at all.
Way to go,
So
Craig. This is your segment, by the way. You did this.
Yeah, you did this.
Well,
I have
this
to
is-
go to
Blabs has
Germany
been-
at some point. Like this, I'm not.
Well-
I'm not doing it.
That
Well, let me just
pilot
say
was
this.
definitely-
Blabs has
they
been
didn't get that.
clamoring
They
for this
probably hit
segment.
the airport bar too hard before they got in that flight.
well, maybe this is the first and last time we see plane
No, because
talk.
there's always something going on. I just think it's fantastic because people miss this stuff, and like I feel like the more you're informed, the more people be like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, the more
Boeing
Boeing's gonna shut us down. You're putting all our lives in danger.
yeah.
You're crazy. We just talk about dicks and vaganga. You're out here like, guys, did you see what Boeing did to
They lost their shoes again. They're like Cinderella, okay?
No, this is worse. People are
They got to call Lockheed Martin's gonna call my fucking phone. We know where the fuck you are, you son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. All right. Okay. All right. We're done with plane talk. Do we want to see the stinger one more time? Because I worked way too hard on that.
Play it again.
All right. Maybe the last time we see the intro and outro for plane talk. Here we go.
Plane talk.
I'm not gonna lie, it's funnier the second time.
It is.
Especially after knowing what we just know. Yeah, it's great.
Oh Lord. All right, let's all get in our spaceship now. Put one foot in front of the other and depart this land of sanity, and let's make our way to Clown World. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Clown. Clown.
All right, here we are. It's this is a weird place with not a whole lot of oxygen or intelligence. This video has been passed around the last couple days. Savvy, I can't wait to hear your take on this wonderful song that's been making its way around by these girl bosses. I don't know if you've seen this, but this is surely going to blow your mind.
This is
Gen Z, boss enemy. Gen Z, boss enemy. Itty bitty titties and a ball. Itty bitty titties and a ball. 5'3" and an attitude. 5'3" and an attitude. Secret product in the trench. Secret product in the trench. New friend green and a sneaky link. New friend green and a sneaky link. Fake 10 hands in a hoop. Fake 10 hands in a hoop.
Wow.
So all they did was take a bunch of pervy lines from men and applied it to themselves because the trench coat thing, yeah, there's a secret product in a man's trench coat too, and he's roaming around liking to show women that. Very, very fascinating. Very fascinating.
Did anybody notice they were in an office where they should
Yeah.
be doing work,
Mhm.
and instead
Yeah.
they were making this video?
Yeah.
I think that is I think you're hitting it, man, right here, because this is your their
This is like,
mission.
this is like when like nurses were doing the TikTok dances during COVID instead of
Oh,
actually
yeah.
being nurses.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Like, what the fuck
They're-
are we doing, bro?
This is Gen Z, right? This is them.
Gen Z boss and a mini. So the boss had to get in on it too.
Well, we're talking, this is the younger generation that's coming up, and this is what they like. I like the idea that somebody sat around and was like, "Hey, let's make this song," and then put it on TikTok. and not only did they do it once, they did it four different versions of it, and they're all like clamoring like seals the entire time. And once again, this is your Gen Z, major metropolitan city worker here. They're
Yeah.
Go back to the first one. Rewind it. Go back to the first one.
Sure.
You know there was a
yeah,
yoga ball behind them too.
All right. So explain to me. All right. Look, listen. I don't understand women's fashion at all. Why are you wearing a baggy sweater with a mini skirt, leggings, and then have white socks and then penny loafers? Like, what is this? Like, what is this? Fashion. What is this Salvation Army fucking outfit? Okay. Explain to me. Tumblr. Okay. I'm going to go on a rant right here. Explain to me why everybody says, check out my fit. It's always the worst fucking fitted clothing and the ugliest clothing anybody's ever fucking put on.
Fashion with Alex.
Love it.
Can nobody fucking buy clothes that fit correctly? Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Well, it's cute, Alex. It's cute.
I would never wear that.
You look like a homeless person who couldn't figure out what to wear.
Oh, my mom calls me a homeless teenager for wearing athletic sweats and hoodies all the time.
No, that is classic gooning outfit. That's what that is.
Yeah, she doesn't understand.
Now,
I know what gooning is, unfortunately.
Look at her now, Mom. What do you got to say about her now?
She does.
My hair's blonde, Mom. Be happy.
Right.
That was her biggest problem. I dyed my hair too much.
Alex I for the Gen Z guys. I like that one, Nut Bunny. That one's good.
That needs to be a segment. Yes.
All right, let's go to our next stop here in Clown World. As would you guys want to see the saddest man with the happiest face on earth?
Sure.
Because here he is.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh.
We've got ourselves a gender reveal, folks. Let's see what we got here.
Why?
The look on his face as it's
Oh, that's good.
I mean, obviously staged, and I'm sure he feels like a real great father here in this staged. Who do you think put this together? Was it his son or was it his mom who was championing this whole thing?
The mom.
The son and the mom.
Do a deal for you. 1,000%.
That was the mom. I mean, look, hot take. If you're trans, you're trans. Like I like who you are in your life and what you want to do. I don't give a fuck. I have so many problems in my own life. My life is so insane. I don't have time for you. I don't fucking care, bro. Just be happy. Are you happy? Okay, good. Go away. I don't have time. I gotta pay taxes. You know how much taxes are? Fuck, man.
Supporting your fucking ass because you self-diagnosed with a bunch of problems and the alarm clock triggers you. So God forbid you can't wake up at 9 o'clock, but I gotta wake up at 9 o'clock so my taxes can go to your government-assisted program so that you can keep sitting on fucking Tumblr all day.
Dude, holy shit, bro.
Today I went to the coffee store and the lady, well, she just misgendered me and that was violence. So I had to go take
That is Tumblr though. That's Tumblr.
It is Tumblr.
That is Tumblr. Like, look, if you're gonna come out as trans, do it. Fine. But like, what? Why?
Why?
Look, give me Blair White any day. I'll put it down like nobody's business. Okay. But like, what the fuck are we doing here, man?
You're muted, Craig.
So, like, you know what I think? So somebody in chat said that is mental illness. No, you know what the mental illness is? People's fucking starving for attention is a mental illness.
Oh man, is it ever? It's people's self-confidence.
That's the people's inability to not want to fucking have the attention is the mental illness. Everybody thinks that they deserve attention, and they don't care if it's good or bad. They just want it, and that's the real fucking mental illness. The mental illness.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of mental illness, let's go to our final stop here in Clown World. We could talk Whoopi Goldberg talking about pooping her pants, but we're going to move over to this lady or person or them. Let's see what this person has to say.
Oh God.
Tumblr. That's Tumblr.
I'm sure it's going to be extremely productive. I have not seen this yet. Blabs, have you seen this?
Yes, sadly.
Okay. Let's see what we got here.
Gender fake.
Mostly I feel feminine or non-binary. Today I'm feeling really femme and cat-like as well.
I'm sorry. She says this with a cross on her forehead up here.
Yeah,
Cat-like.
that's common Tumblr
Did Alex
bullshit.
just say I like it?
No, cat-like. She said.
Oh, I heard I like it.
No, cat-like.
I was like, oh wow.
Let's continue here with Starface Killer.
I didn't consent to this, by the way.
Well, when you get on that spaceship and go to Clown World, you never know what you're going to get here, Sav. Sorry.
This is some dead dove bullshit. I didn't sign up for it.
As well. Yeah. But I also feel masculine, mostly boyish. I don't ever really want a woohoo. I'm proud to have a hoo-ha.
How old is she?
I don't know. I don't know, but she's probably like 35.
That's like kid talk. That's kid talk.
Right. Wow. And you can tell, like, she's got to be on the spectrum or something.
Why is it always the frenulum piercing? Why is it always when they have a frenulum piercing? It's always that, bro.
Because they are cattle. They cannot think for themselves. They follow the herd.
Look, I have a propensity. Okay, you give me a brunette with curly hair and winged eyeliner, I'm gonna fuck it up. Okay, I don't care who it is. Like, but it's always the frenulum piercing, dude. Like you give me a 5'3" brunette with winged eyeliner, like shoe on head, it's over. I'm gonna risk it all. But like, what is it with that shit, dude? It's always the same thing.
Well, they all want to be uniquely different while still being the exact same. That's the thing. You know, look at how different I am by looking exactly like that person who also did this. Should we continue the last 25 minutes of this?
Yeah, we didn't even get through it.
I just really want to tie her to a post. That's it.
When do what, Blabs?
Just leave her there.
Oh, okay.
I also, sometimes want to take these guys off, but other times I'm happy to have them. I love to play with them. I love them. Other days I want to tape them down. I'm running out of time, but yeah, it's
just gotta go back to
stages of feeling feminine, non-binary, and sometimes boyish. So,
that last like 20 seconds was honestly extremely sad to me. Like, this whole thing is sad, but I legit, like, as I'm watching her talk to the camera, I had this realization that realistically people are using TikTok and their phones as like their therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like she's just here talking. I don't know. Sometimes I feel this way. Sometimes I like this. This is stuff that you would say to your therapist. Instead, you're saying this publicly to thousands, potentially millions of people. That this was never discussed before, and it should be discussed in private with a mental health professional. Sav?
Well, so it comes down to the way that our society has unfortunately evolved with technology. So these terminally online people, they don't go out into their communities. The conversation that she would be having is something that you would have with a close friend, so somebody that you would talk to when you're in your early tweens trying to figure yourself out. You look at the magazines and you say, well, I don't really like wearing dresses. And then your friend tells you, oh, it's okay. You wear what you want. It doesn't matter. If your mom's trying to make you do this, just get through it till you're an adult and then you can do whatever you want. Nowadays, because people are growing up on the internet, even though you might think, oh, this is great for socialization, it actually has the opposite effect because now other people mentally deranged are going to come in and influence your way of thinking. She was looking for guidance. She has no idea what the fuck she's saying. And everything that she did is a cry for attention. When you look at nature, the most vibrantly colored things are typically poisonous, dangerous. They're the most toxic in a way. And so there is a parallel there. I understand that people are like, oh, you're just doing that meme with the hair colors. Well, not in this case. This is a toxic individual who has unfortunately got a brain that is completely unhealthy. It has nothing to do with ideology or feeling a certain way. That was depression. There was no smile on that individual's face. They were too fatigued for as young as they were. They have clearly health issues. They're overweight. And I guarantee, even though they were outside, they were just doing that for the lighting, but they probably live a very sedentary lifestyle. They don't leave their screen. They don't do anything of purpose. They don't create something. They don't build something. They don't engage in imagination or abstract thought. They're just simply looking for somebody to tell them what is right, what will get them praise. And if they say the right thing, then they'll keep getting praise and attention, which is what ultimately they crave because they don't have a healthy relationship with anybody around them.
Like I said, the real illness is the starving for attention. Yeah. That's the real illness. How can I be like, it's like that dude who like tattooed himself to look like a lizard or whatever the fuck he did, or like a cat. It's just, you just want attention, bro. Whether it's from your mom, from your dad, whoever, you just want attention. And I think what's made things even worse was COVID.
Oh yeah,
destroyed people.
Way worse, way worse, because there are people who just like have this anxiety mentality of like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? I'm going to die. And like every little thing. And it's just, you don't have to put everything on the internet. You don't have to tell everybody everything. Sometimes you can just be like, let me roll it around my noggin and see what comes out after I do some actual thinking. Right. And if you can't figure it out, then you see someone who's professional for it. But like that was literally just them using the internet as a diary. We used to do that. It was called LiveJournal. But you didn't put your fucking face on LiveJournal.
Zanga.
Stop talking.
There was Zanga.
You know, I got to navigate.
No, it was
I was saying, Navigate came in. He says, "Don't laugh at people for clicks." It's like, dude, welcome to the show. welcome to the show. That is what it is.
Yeah, you have to.
You
Else you're
have
insane.
to do that. If you can't laugh, there is a reason why kings had jesters in their court. And if you don't have that, then you are in a dictatorship and everybody lives in fear. If you cannot laugh at the world around you, you are a problem. If we can't sit here and both have a serious discussion about this individual's mental health while still laughing at it, we're fucked as a species. Just end it now.
For me, as a dad, it's not about laughing. It's more like I feel like I'm trying to say this like in a good way. I feel like what's happening now is that parents are no longer being parents.
Oh yeah.
And they're trying to be friends, and instead of helping their kid and being the ability for their kid to go to talk to, they're going to the internet. That's a conversation that she should have had with her parents. And because they don't have that relationship, she can't have that conversation with them because they have never built that relationship together where they can do that. So she's turning to the only thing she thinks would be beneficial for her, which is the internet. And then what happens is the internet, like one of the things my kid will never have is a Discord. You can fuck off in the sun with that shit.
Yeah.
Like I know what Discord is like. I know what the fuck happens in Discords. You can piss off. Like he's not having one. Like, no thanks. But like it's like that's the kind of stuff like parents aren't in tune. And they don't understand like what their kids are going through. And like they don't fucking like we make fun of cyberbullying because we grew up in the fucking 90s. But kids today think cyberbullying is the worst fucking thing to happen to them in their lives. And some kids
goes back to
have
what we
gone
talked
down
about.
the sewer slide fact. Some kids go down the sewer slide because of that. And it's like, bro, it's just stop.
Yeah.
It's bad, dude. Like
tough.
She needs this fucked up, man. I feel bad for her. I feel sorry for her is what I do.
Yeah, me too. All right. So with that said, we're going to end on a high note, get back in the spaceship and head back to normal world here, and then finish up with some super chats. Let's go.
Clown.
All right. I'm getting on a plane here very, very shortly. So we need to expedite the process here, Blabs. So yes, I by the way, I will give you guys plane talk So let's on my experience over the weekend. With that said, let's take it home, Blabs. Let's finish strong last little bit here. Fire away. I'll be right back.
Became a YouTube member. Gregory says Hitchcock's Psycho is a great example of implied horror. Thank you very much. Nathan says your complaints about The Boys is why I argue Game of Thrones is one of the worst things to happen to fantasy. So many people miss the novelty of that series in favor of softcore, corn, and gore. Thank you, Nathan. Great point. Mercenary says, and you call yourselves normal men and women. Just no. Okay, Mercenary. Titations came in. I think might be a super sticker, but thank you very much. Spider Breath says, didn't think I'd find someone more cursed than sounding.
Oh, there's more.
There's more.
Alex.
There's more.
It's so innocent now compared to the wonderful world that's out there.
Andrew says, poor Mr. Savvy with his dry sandwiches.
He never gets a dry sandwich. I make that man his sandwiches and food.
She does the hot Tuah and spits on it. That's why.
Yeah.
Joseph says, Craig noped. Craig has officially noped out. Yeah, he just noped again. Peter became a member for 7 months. Tartation says, does Blab know about Charizarding?
That's new to me.
Yeah. What the hell
No,
is that?
it's
No.
just Pokemon.
No
breeding.
Oh, okay, that's fine. They just have to make babies. The Charizard little baby thing. It's fine.
He's a shillmon for a reason, and it's not what you think.
Angel has been a member for 8 months. Says, oh, that is just wrong. Thanks, Angel. Aaron says, hot tour. We need to figure out how to get kids to walk to a polling place. Oh my God. HRC. Jesus Christ, no. Ian gifted 10 memberships. Savi, can you please give Ian your very best Ewu?
Hello?
Thank you very much.
That's really fucking good. You should make
She
a
is
VTuber.
good. She can do the eat time thing really good too. Go on.
So it hurts my throat.
Come on. No, I'll give you a sugoi. Birthday, Annika.
Yeah, we're gonna call later. We're gonna have a call later.
I've always wanted to voice act a hentai. Always wanted to.
There you go. Elite
You're
Nia
built for it. You're built for it.
She is. The angry pirate is similar to Blinding the Marlin, except instead of putting your finger in her mouth, you kick her in the shin and run so she hobbles after you with one eye covered going, ah!
I've heard of that one.
I'm done. Anyway, Miku says, don't throw stones. DSP will outlive all. We will see. It's true. He will outlive nuclear bombs and war and everything. Jade says, I don't care what the scholars say, because my grandmother says that Savi stole her feet from the Egyptians. Okay.
I have Egyptian feet. So there's a chart and you can trace your genealogy based off of the appearance of your feet. I have the perfect feet, the Egyptian foot. It is the only acceptable foot. And if you have any other foot style, you are filth.
Find Savvy on feetfinders.com. Anyway, Master Galler for 5 says, always great to see Savvy. I like Donkey Kong to be making strawberry milkshakes by donkey punching some princess in my hentai. Gotta ruin them all. Cryptic for 5 says, I was born in a communist country. It's like Ebola. It'll bleed you to death. Thank you, Cryptic. John says, so when the pledge was first introduced, students were supposed to hold their hands out like certain mustachioed German guy. Were they? I didn't know that.
No, I thought it was always over the heart.
Yeah, that was this, always over the heart. Monster. 5 years ago, a crazy ex I broke up with signed my name and number up for a ton of different scam sites. To this day, I get a dozen scam calls every day. That is awful. I'm sorry for you. That is awful.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Eric for 20 says, I get what she's saying. Had a debt collector threaten me. Had information from over 10 years ago to pay off a payday loan. Got my bank involved. Gave them the number. They called me and they hang up on her fast. Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Christian says, when are we getting We're Just Normal Men merch? Also, what I love about this show is the willingness to talk to absolutely anyone. Need more of it. Thank you, Christian. Any answer for that for merch, Craig?
For this month? Yeah, so we have a design. I'm just trying to figure out what it looks best on.
Okay, Peter says, Harrison Ford was probably paid the GDP of Switzerland to be in this film. Thank you. Cultural Breakdown says, Captain America 4 looks like it could do well with audiences, but still may not make its money back. With reshoots, probably not. Kratos says, it used to be called New World Order, and then they changed it to New World, reference to Aldous Huxley. Interesting. Complete story 180, I think. Yes, it's true. The original title was New World Order.
You saying full life, Alex?
I'm a big wrestling fan for life.
Oh, are you? Do you watch wrestling still?
NWO, baby. Yeah, every now and then when I get the opportunity, yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Minimal Effort Gaming for two says, just saw an ad. Well, y'all aren't demonetized quite yet.
There you go.
We
did it.
Once the stream is done, I guarantee once the stream is done,
it'll hit limited ads.
We did it, Joe. Nathan Cassidy for $4.99 says this movie has 3 confirmed reshoots and a reported budget of $375 million. This movie is never going to make it back, regardless of quality. Chris says Hillary and Boeing got Alex. Rip Alex.
I'm telling you, man.
Scarfy the Strange for 2 says, get off my plane, Cap. Christian says Ford replaced William Hurt as Ross after he died. There you go. Thank you. That was his actor's name. Martha Cyborg says, in the words of Robert Rodriguez, don't solve problems with money, solve problems with creativity. This was long before Book of Boba Fett. Thank you. Goat Gaming says, question for Alex. Can you explain why Chipotle may experience more ethical dilemmas than Taco Bell or McDonald's is trying to maintain success?
Go Gaming is probably one of the best trolls of all time. I love that guy. He's absolutely wild, dude. He's the best. He's a great viewer.
Okay. Scarfy the Strange for 2 says, clear and present Hulkster. Thank you. Silver says, I never liked Captain America in the movies. He was so boring to me. I started to call him Captain Boring, and that name stuck. I don't like that. Kratos says they should call him the Bald Eagle now. Thanks for that. Winterfell says Red Hulk beats Cap down. Captain gets Iron Man capped suit to equal the score. Comic spoiler, Spider-Man already did this. Boring. Yawn emoji. Thank you, Winterfell.
Thanks, Winterfell.
Scarfy says Captain Falcon and the insurrection. Carpet University says, I still think that Bucky, also known as Winter Soldier, should have been the new Captain America. I also agree with that. Charles says, if you want superhero espionage, you can always watch Condor Man. Thank you. Miku says, the stuttering Craig is when you assume the pile driver position. Smack your partner until stuttering like Joe Biden increased force every $20 dono.
Wow.
You guys ever heard of the Amazon position too?
Anyway, Mo Howard for $20 says, behind on stream, but sound is why I use Aretha Franklin as my stage name.
Aretha Franklin.
Oh, boy. Thank you,
Master
Mo.
Gala comes back and says, Nick was just strawmanning the argument by not talking about why SS gameplay and story were bad. DEI coding, DEI story, DEI character designs. Thank you, Master Gala. Ross says, I've played Batman Arkham Knight recently, and it's sad how much better of a game it is compared to Slop. That is Suicide Squad. Sad de-evolution.
I guess more people will find out shortly when it's available on Prime.
Xander says, please keep peanut butter away from the two guests. Oh, no.
It's all about almond butter. Fuck you.
Black Bull 77 for 10 says, hey, someone explain to me how there aren't any legal charges, local, state, or federal, against Nick or Alyssa for all their shenanigans.
You'd have to prove monetary damages, and unfortunately, they're just making other people rich.
Yeah, it's true.
Friendly Comic Fan says, Alex is a bully who targets Dreamcast guy. Are you a bully,
Target
Alex?
everybody.
You bullied me too. Miku says, ESG Watch will receive no SFM animations.
Correct.
Josh says, Concord equals half-shaved girl haircut of video games. Yeah, that's true. MDK says, least frag punk added something new to the genre. Thank you. Master Gawa says, I hadn't thought about it till Digital Foundry talked about it recently. Most games don't have much physics anymore, so destructive environments are rare. You should play Finals. Navigate says, the age of AAA gaming is over. The age of the indie has come, and AA too. Shout out Blabs. Hi. Thank you. Lewis says, the biggest fans of Overwatch don't play Overwatch. I've played not a single minute, but I know who Mercy is.
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you know exactly who Mercy is.
No, fair is way better, though.
Hell says, I didn't know that murder.
Myself.
Oh, no.
I didn't know that murder was just a finable offense. Boeing is always teaching me new things. Minimal Effort Gaming says, my mom just became a flight attendant. Her mom, oh my God.
Oh, no. She's taking off.
That's awful, Craig. That's awful.
Oh, no.
Miku says, bye, Craig. Can I have your SGC in your will?
No, Miku. You cannot have SGC in your will.
Javi says, far leftist identity is more important than water. Thank you, Javi. JR says, for Craig's funeral fund, Blabs, write a eulogy. Here lies Craig. The end. Mercenary says, Blabs going to get side scrolls. Canada-sided.
All right, Mercenary.
Cryptic says, I think I lost all my brain cells. Sorry.
You're welcome.
Miku says, these people age limit for office. Meanwhile, yeah.
Right.
Chaotic Frosty says, haven't heard Boeing unalive this many people since that time they dropped the nukes on Japan. Both of them. Silence, you idiot. 5 says, if you spend as much time at the gym or just walking like you did with all the makeup, you could fix a lot of your identity problems. Not Alex. Nice. Shaky Hand says, can I get a shout to normal men working the line at the Martin warehouse? Not counting me, but 6 normal men enjoying side scrolls all week for the first time. Y'all make time fly. Well,
Let's go.
Thank you for watching and listening. And I'm sorry for Alex.
Hey, big up to everybody watching at the Martin warehouse, y'all. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
The Kareem says, nah, bro, straight up say everything you're thinking. That's what I do. And people speed walk away from me in public. I'm sure they do, bro. Shout out, Kareem.
That's the way.
Tansu for 10 says the worst of Tumblr came from Live Journal, last I heard.
True. Actually, it was Angel Fire. That's a
yeah. Lord Slosh says, Zanga, Savvy, holy crap, we are old, lol.
I know I look young, but trust me, I was there. I was there at the dawn of it all.
Goji the King, member for 2 months, says one of the issues I have seen is that a lot of the therapists are part of the DEI crowd. So instead of helping navigate issues, the professional affirms the person's problems and the issues deepen. Yes, that is also a good point.
That is a massive problem. And there's actually been several research papers now that have come out that have said there's too many bad therapists. The good therapists are really great and actually helpful, but there are so many more bad ones.
Mm. Hey, it's Eggy says, can I have another uwu for the Goon Gang?
There you go, Eggy.
Go on, uwu.
Yamate.
Craig. You do it! You're such an idiot sometimes.
There you go, I did it for him.
Anyway, Alistair says, the bathroom chainsaw scene in Scarface is another great example of less is more.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Javi says, Craig and Alex versus Abdullah the Butcher and New Jack.
That's a horrible idea.
New Jack would win in a heartbeat, bro. It's not even.
Mastagawa says 3 playable characters, too diverse. I'm out. And Javi says, Alex, Frit wants you to pull down on that stick hard.
Go subscribe to Fritanga Plays. Do it.
Over on locals, Just G sent another $1 tip saying, it's not my fault. The girl will love this. I didn't like it. Anyway, we're caught up on tubes and locals.
Shaker says, name the movie. Can you fly this plane and land it? Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, but don't call me Shirley. That's Airplane, of course.
It's Airplane.
Of course. Then we have over on Rumble, dude says, I'm behind, but all the Western media's problems can be traced back to Tumblr banning porn. Before that, those crackheads were isolated from the normal world. The Tumblr exodus forced them onto us. Interesting theory. Mighty Megatron says, Alex, tell them what Cuba under Castro did for kids in elementary school and ice cream. Says in regards to having the teachers ask God for ice cream and then asking Castro for ice cream. What is that about?
Basically, just Castro is God.
Bronsonite says, my conclusion after watching today, the internet is irreparably damaged humanity. That you could say the same about us as well. So congratulations. All right, we got to roll. We've been here for a long time. Alex has hung out with us for a long time. Savvy has hung out with us for a long time. But I'll tell you, it's been a good time. This has been quite the adventure over the last 2 hours, and appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us. Real quick, please, Alex, tell everybody where they can find you, my friend.
You can find me on youtube.com/oh no, it's Alex with 2 X's because 3 X's was too much and 1 X was already taken. Not affiliated with that British kid. I'm Alex, who will smash his girlfriend's head into the wall with a brick. I'm actually cool. So just show up, hang out. My live streams are insane. My chat likes to humiliate me through text to speech for about 4.5 hours on a live stream. It's really bad. They say that I'm bald, which is probably the more insane thing. I do everything from fanboy content for video games to gaming news, PC port reviews, stuff like that. So hang out.
Love it. Love it. And Savvy, you and your YouTube channel have been up and rolling. Tell us about where everybody can find you.
You can find me on Twitter, X, and YouTube. I do have a live stream tomorrow, the HR basement, where we file away all of our complaints, and I am your certified HR female. So we're gonna we're gonna dive into censorship conversation. I don't really have anything else interesting.
Way to plug yourself, Sav.
No,
I
no,
have
no.
nothing.
You should become a VTuber, and that way you can say all the most horrible things.
Dude, I've been learning how to make them.
Yes.
There's also really good money in that.
VTuber, Side Scrollers VTubers coming soon. Master Gawa says Falcon Punch. It solves teenage pregnancies. All right. And Javi came
So
and
I
says,
had a
Falcon
friend.
Quick.
I had a friend in high school. Hold on. I had a friend in high school. This is fucking no joke. So we snuck out of school one time, and she takes me to the Walgreens, and she goes, "All right, I need you to do me a favor. You're gonna read the pregnancy response, and then you're not gonna say anything, and you're just gonna Falcon punch me in the gut if it's positive." It wasn't, luckily, but I punched her anyway, and she looked at me and she goes, "You actually did it." And she goes, "You actually did it." And I said, "Holy shit, you let me do it." She goes, "Well, what did it read?" And I said, "Well, it's negative." And she's like, "Why did you punch me?" And I said, "Because I thought it would be fun. And it's a life lesson to not go fuck around with people."
You taught her a life lesson.
There you go.
She still fucked around.
Of course she did.
But, oh, man. She straight up said Falcon punch me.
Love it. Well, and apparently she found out. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. I got to get on a plane. Hopefully, I'll make it. With that said, make sure you guys go subscribe to Alex and Sav, and of course, you can.
The Fruit Loop story next time.
We keep
Okay.
delaying. It'll happen.
Looking forward to it.
I'll ruin Fruit Loops for y'all one day.
Appreciate you guys popping in. You guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Go outside, touch some grass. Put down the phone. Get off the internet. Go be normal men. With that said, you guys remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great weekend, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.